Let's freaking go. You love to see it.
Yeah, I'm all good to go. Yeah, by all means, by all means.
All right, guys, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we have a very special stream for you guys. I am joined by none other than Alex Tyler. You guys probably know him as Flame Dog, probably one of the best warrior players in the world, here to show me how to play Fang. Dude, Alex, what is up, dude? How are you, brother?
How's it going? I'll correct you. I'm the best talented warrior player. Let's fix that, because talented warriors aren't true warriors. They play completely different games.
Listen, man, if you're the best at anything in Flesh and Blood, I would take that pretty. I would take that compliment for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, dude, I love it, man. Well, dude, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. We have a pretty packed agenda, so let's go ahead and jump in and talk about some of the things we're going to be doing today. So first up, for anybody who does not know, the classic constructed ProQuest wins have been updated. So the week 4 ProQuest meta has been updated. Flame Dog and I are going to talk about that here in just a little bit. After that, we're going to take a look at his Fang deck. We're going to talk about all the cards he's picked, why he thinks these cards are good, why Fang is a good pick to attack the meta, and is Fang a good pick to attack Nationals? Now, we have bans coming up on the 19th. I'm probably also going to get your opinions on some of the bans that might be coming up on the 19th. And then we will play some games. We'll get some games going, and then we actually have a giveaway here. Dude, tell them about the giveaway that we're doing in the middle of the stream here tonight.
The giveaway we're doing is the friendly codex journal that we are well aware about. We love it. We love it here. I use it all the time. I'm not sure how often you use it, Agro, but
I use mine way more than I should probably.
I Honestly, I use that at events. I use it for personal testing. It's great. But we have a special edition of that tonight. I've heard, and maybe we can reveal that when we get there.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about that. I've already got the link pulled up so I can show it here in just a little bit. So let's get started. For those at home that are watching this that don't know you, tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your personal life like? What's your card life like? What took you to Talented Warriors? Kind of sum up Flame Dog for me.
Yeah, no. So I used to play the Digimon TCG a lot more.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
then I found Fab after like 7, so like 3.5 years ago, right before Everfest. And there was 2 decks at my local store that like actually like interested me. It was the Blitz Prism deck and the Blitz
Okay.
Bolton deck.
Okay.
And I said, well, if these are here by the end of like next week, I'll come back in, pick one up. The Prism one, unshockingly, was gone. And so I picked up Bolton, and I never looked back. He was my first hero in the game.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. I have really changed. I played some Dromai. Obviously, I played some Fang. I love Fang too. Great.
Okay.
I love Junkasai. So, yeah, I would say that's like where it takes me. But I was playing Combo Bolton back in the day in Starvo Meta, won there. And that's how my name got kind of all over the place to begin with. And then slowly have built up a reputation to be a crazy good Bolton player since then.
Okay. All right. I mean, listen, I'm here for it, man. Like, there's definitely something to be said, like a lot of other card games are like rotating and there's a lot of things that are constantly changing. But, with Flesh and Blood, it's like a non-rotating game. And I do put that in quotes, like things LL and things do rotate out. But, a non-rotating game, you can really be rewarded for playing the same hero over the course of, a few years and like really sticking with it. And I feel like your results speak to that. Speaking of results, I feel like every time I turn on a Battle Hardened in the Midwest, you're in the top 8, man. Like every time.
Yeah. I try. I don't know. I wasn't even feeling good going to Minneapolis. I was like not feeling great at all. I kind of went in there just to have a sense of fun, just having a good time.
Yeah.
I got really lucky in my matchups with no Auroras because I was like Fang's awful matchup, and we got there. We ended up getting there. So I don't know. Sometimes you just get lucky, and that's the way it is. But other times it's not luck. Other times it's all skill. It's all skill.
I mean, listen, man, I've said this for years and I stand by it, to win at a high level, you have to get a little lucky sometimes. That's just how it goes. Like if it wasn't the case, we'd play chess. Like that's just kind of how it goes.
Exactly.
One of the questions that I want to ask you is more of like a personal thing we do around here. And I know you may have heard this before, you may not have heard this before, but we ask everybody when they follow or when they subscribe, like, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? So we know your name. We know what got you into Flesh and Blood. Tell us about hot dog toppings, dude. I got to know.
I'm a big, I like barbecue sauce on my hot dogs.
Yo!
I know, that's odd. Barbecue sauce relish. Get it loaded up. I like the works. Get some mustard.
All right.
Yeah,
listen, dude, I'm here for it. I love it. I have to say, barbecue sauce. You might be the first person to ever say that. So I love that, dude. That's
I'm obsessed.
I'm gonna add that to the list of things that I gotta try on a hot dog, dude, because I love that. That's awesome. That's a pretty unique topping, I have to say. So another thing here, for people who don't know, Flame Dog, you're wearing your jersey right now. You're wearing your second cycle jersey. And I actually met you. I think we met last year at Nationals, if I remember correctly, through Rob. Rob and Chris.
Rob and Chris Kern, yeah.
And so I know that, Rob has, kind of stepped away from doing content a little bit, with life and some things going on. And I know that Chris has kind of stepped away for some family and some stuff like that, so how did your connection with Rob and Chris and the whole second cycle group, how did that really become a part of it? Or were you there from the beginning, maybe?
I technically was there from the beginning. Chris Kern was my local, and then him and Rob, we wanted to take Milwaukee and Madison area Flesh and Blood. Milwaukee was definitely the bigger scene at the time. I would argue Madison's probably bigger now, but basically I would travel out to Milwaukee, which is about an hour drive, maybe every other weekend, just get testing in. And that's why we decided to make a team, just because we're like, we test a lot. It'd be fun to notice people across the room. Like the pink is because of Chris Kern. If you walked to any event, you always wore a pink shirt all weekend. So that's why we got the pink on, because if you ever are in a room with second cycle folks on day one, you can just find them. And it made it just easier to find the group.
It is so funny that you bring that up because I remember telling Rob last year at Nationals, I was like, I really like your all's jerseys because I can spot you from across the room and it's super easy for me to come up and find you and talk to you after the events. And Rob laughingly said, like, you're one to talk. You're wearing a red headband around all day. And I was like, yeah, I guess that's fair. Like, that makes a lot of sense.
Such a Rob answer. That's such a Rob answer. Oh my God.
It really is, dude. It really is. I was like, so last question here that I really want to ask, and this is more for my own personal speculation because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to play at Nationals. You're playing at US Nationals, right? I remember I thought you heard you saying the other day you were testing for Vegas. Between Bolton and Fang, is there one that you're leaning towards more right now, or are you just kind of up in the air?
So I'm actually, it depends on what they ban.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of Bolton in the last week and been doing surprisingly well. I've not played in the match Florian, which is like Bolton's like worst matchup currently. It's like almost unplayable. If they hit Scepter, the matchup becomes winnable.
Okay.
And if they hit Scepter, Fang's matchup becomes like, it's still really good, but I think it pushes other decks up that Fang is really bad into. I think we'll get into that. But right now, it would be a coin flip pending next Monday. If Florian becomes worse, I could see myself representing the light again. I really could. Okay.
Let's go, dude. I love that. I'm personally on the train for a Scepter ban. That personally, that's what I would like to see banned, but you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they get. There's a lot of speculation. I've heard a lot of different cards and a lot of things about what could possibly happen with the ban next week. But anyway, that's all here to say. So let's stop here for a second, and I believe I'm sharing my screen with you. You should be able to see. I'm going to pull this up for everybody else. So we got the metagame breakdown here. Talking about the metagame breakdown here just a little bit. When you look at this, is there anything that's a little surprising to you, or does all of this look pretty in line with what you thought it was going to look like?
I would argue the news, because news has a terrible matchup apparently into OTK Florian unless they're on CYB. So I think that's a lot of news, but I think there's a lot of people just play new. I think that's kind of why it's there. But otherwise, this seemed pretty in line to what I was expecting. The Katos might be a little low, but I think a lot of people just don't like playing that deck. So
I was having this conversation with someone before this came out, and we were talking about what do we think won a lot of events with Aurora being gone. And then, first at the top of the list, I think not a surprise to anybody, was Florian. I think a lot of people were expecting to see Florian at the top of the list. I was also a little surprised to see New at second place. I was expecting Kano to be second. I was expecting Kano to be really up there. I think, honestly, Kano, in my opinion, and I don't think this is a shocking take to a lot of people, but might be the best deck in the format right now. I
think it is.
How things are shaping up and what's going on. And a lot of people are calling for bans from the Kano deck on the 19th, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not sold on yet, but I don't know. It's interesting. Do you think there's any chance they hit something from Kano?
I do. I honestly think that deck's going to get hit, and it might get hit hard. I think I've been talking to Blazing a lot. He's a local technically.
Yeah.
So I mean, you watch him play that deck, and it's like he would win Nats. I think he would win Nats if he got to play that deck in 3 weeks. He's not going to Nats, I don't think. But I think he would be the winner of Nationals because that deck is absolutely disgusting when it's in a proficient player's hands.
Yeah.
They need to ban Gates. Drawing 2 cards for Kano is just too much. And honestly, I think it's stronger than Tome. I really do believe that.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a stronger card than Tome. Because the idea is you're trying to OTK, right? Tome didn't give you damage. Tome just gave you 2 cards.
Right.
Well, this gives you damage and 2 cards, and you are getting the deck is built in a way to cheat 2 resources. So I could totally see this deck getting banned. I'm always hopeful for a Wildfire Hit. I know they'll never ban that card, but it just kills the deck instantly if they do. But I'm sure the draw 2 spell will definitely get hit.
So I kind of like your take there. A lot of people that have said that Kano needs a hit have been telling me that they want to see Open the Floodgates get banned. And, you made a comment a minute ago that, Kano seems a little underrepresented here. And I think part of that has to do with the ceiling of the deck and really the total skill level and knowing when to go for it, when to block and things like that. And you talk about Blazing for Lethal. I have had the opportunity to play against Blazing for Lethal on Talishar multiple times, and I feel like I'm always getting like rolled, or I have a hand that kills him on turn 2. Like those are like the options that I have between the games.
And you have a hand that kills him on turn 2, and then he kills you, right? Like that's like you're just like
happened to me so many times. Happened to me so many times. But Open the Floodgates being so strong, you were mentioning that you thought it was better than Tome, which I have to admit, I don't know, like that was kind of like I had like a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction there when you said that. Yeah. But it makes sense because you're adding damage to your Blazing Ether Wildfire combo and doing the same thing as Tome and continuing to just churn through your deck. And with a very early EPOT, it's very easy to set something up like that and continue to just like grind through the deck and just like churn away. So looking at this list, I have to say there is one that kind of surprises me, but it kind of doesn't.
I have another. Yeah, I think I'm on your page. I think I'm on your wavelength.
Oh, okay. All right, let's talk about this. So Dash IE is up here, kind of towards the top here. All right. Based on your face, I'm going to assume that's not what you thought I was going to say.
No, it's not. No, it's
okay.
Not.
So I like Dash IE in the current metagame because I think that, the slow controlling Dash has a really good matchup into Florian, which is like the number 1 play deck right now. But I'm curious to know, like, how does Dash IE, like this slower controlling deck do against a deck like Syndra or even Fang, that can apply a lot of pressure, or maybe like a Rhinar that's looking to intimidate a bunch of their cards and things like that. I'm curious to know what you are surprised by on this list.
Syndra, actually. I think Syndra's a little low. I see 5, which is lower than Dash IE.
Okay.
But the Syndra decks, the blue line Syndra decks are, you've been testing it. Mm-hmm. It is disgusting what they can do. It is really gross, and Florian can't really keep up with it. I know, like, once you get disrupted, so like Assassins kind of just control it a little bit.
Right.
But it's like, it is so gross into Florian. And when majority of field's playing Florian, I feel like that deck's just going to shine.
I have to agree with you. I was expecting Syndra to be a double-digit number coming into this week. I kind of thought Syndra would be kind of where Azalea is on the list, to be honest, thinking about it. Because you have like this racing game against Kano. You have a slightly favored matchup into Florian, in my opinion, especially if you're able to go second. And you're able to just kind of pick on some of the slower decks. But like your biggest issue is Slippy, in my opinion. All the aggro and disruption can be really tough to keep up with. But yeah, the Syndra deck is really good. It's actually a pretty high pick for me for Nats. Looking at like this list, and I think a lot of other people are starting to play Syndra as well. And so now I'm in my head, I'm like going, man, like what do I need to play to like in the mirror to like help, get me some tech over the top or something like that. But yeah, I agree. Syndra is a little low here looking at this list, and I think that makes a lot of sense. We have a lot of one-offs, towards the bottom here. You see kind of Vincent as like, a singleton down here at the bottom, which I think that, for a while when Aurora was in the format, Vincent was doing pretty well. Like Vincent was kind of having a better time, kind of like chewing on the Aurora decks a little bit. And, you notice that like it doesn't seem like there's as many decks at the top of the metagame that Vincent can really just kind of bully anymore. Do you think that there are any potential changes that might come in High C with some like, High C's maybe like some more aggro heroes where Vincent could find a world where she kind of like, climbs toward the top again?
I think Vincent's a bad deck.
Okay. I love it, dude.
I saw a tweet from Ellie Bird that Vincent is the most powerful deck that does nothing. Like it is shrouded with all these powerful combinations. But I mean, you hear on Majin Bay's like story time when it came to the Pro Tour, all these like hardcore Vincent players of the Pro Tour saying it's our time. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, I'm 1 turn short.
Yep.
Well, I feel like that's just a common thing the deck does. It has so many strengths. It's so strong. But when it's not strong, it is awful. Like it's so average. It's like not great.
I am inclined to agree with you. And it's kind of weird because sometimes you're forced to make bad plays to try and continue to apply pressure and make things happen. And it feels kind of weird. So I definitely get what you're saying. So having taken a look here at, the meta and everything, and we've kind of talked about the BNR a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. So now we're going to take a look at your deck list here and let me know if you ever can't see what I'm looking at, let me know. And we'll just kind of, I'll get it fixed here. But looking at your deck, You do something that I laugh with, like I laugh with other people about. You only put the equipment or the cards in your deck that never come out in any matchups.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I completely understand that because, you know, like other trading card games are 60 card main decks for the first game and then you sideboard and things like that. But in Flesh and Blood, you really are just bringing an 80 card deck that you get to pick what you want to play in. So it makes a lot of sense. So looking like let's kind of look at the deck. So we'll talk about some of the equipment here in just a minute. But I think, you know, Grains and Braveforge Bracers kind of speak for themselves, especially if there's I'm sure there'll be a lot of Warrior players in the crowd tonight kind of hanging out. I've noticed that you're on 6 main deck blues and you're on 6 main deck yellows. And I've noticed that there are some Fang builds that were playing 9 blues, that were playing 12 blues, that were going up a little bit. How do you feel about 6 blues? And, you know, like maybe there's more that you sideboard in or maybe we bring in, but like, is 6 a pretty constant number of blues for you in your list?
Yeah, you just don't want to see the blues after 3 fealty, right? And it's something that we'll probably see tonight when we're playing is that we're going to get hosed by not drawing blues. Like it happens all the time.
Okay.
But something people don't realize, I think stronger players do realize, is that the more blues Fang plays, the more fatigable he is.
Okay.
Yeah, so because you're just missing damage output on the turns that you need to be putting pressure.
Okay.
So people argue that like blues are meant for blocking late game. You just need to play enough to hope that in the 6 blues in the first like 4 turns, you're guaranteed to see 2. Usually, very unlikely not to see 2. Like, so if you miss 1 turn, you're like okay with blocking. You hope to see 1 turn 1, but like the yellows actually make up for it. So you're actually playing 12 blues in the deck with the yellows because there's only 1 card in the list, and you only play it into very defensive aggro matchups and Deer Devotion that requires you to have 3 blue pitch. So yellows pick as blues in the deck. So you're playing 12 basically.
Okay, gotcha. So we're like substituting some more powerful yellows that also like kind of work as resource cards here to make it work, which makes sense. I like that idea a lot. It seems pretty solid. When you can substitute yellows for blues, like why wouldn't you? You know, like there's only like 1 deck in the format that can play ice right now. So it's probably not going to come back to bite you too bad, I imagine, in that kind of situation. The other card that I want to talk about here that really stands out, because I think a lot of these cards that we're looking at are pretty common staples of Fang. But, you know, the 0-for-4 attacks have not always been staples. You know, as the deck has kind of evolved over the last few months, some of these cards have been added, some are taken away. I noticed in the main deck, you only have For the Drakai. Is there a reason that For the Drakai is the only main deck 0-for-4 you have?
Yeah, some matchups you just need to avoid going like super wide. You're just playing pure value. Blaze blocks 3. It blocks 2, right? So Blaze blocks 2, you don't really want to play them all the time. Oath of Loyalty prevents you from playing your Blade Flurries and things like that. So those are the only other 2 attack actions in the list.
Okay.
The goal of the list in general is to try to, like, you're trying to pivot between this combo strategy and this value strategy. So the reason why For the Drakai is main board in the list is because you can play 1 card 4 that generates a fealty if they're marked. And you kind of keep people marked a lot in this deck. So it comes up a lot.
Okay, gotcha. So it's just like a good value card that also works well with our game plan, where Blaze Headlong or Oath of Loyalty could be situationally awkward and not really work with the hand.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yo, by the way, Mello, thank you for the 13 months of Prime support, man. I really appreciate it, Mello. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off, man. I was waiting.
Let's go.
Mello, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So taking a look at our sideboard here, there are no more blues. So we're basically on like our 12 main deck resource cards. And we do have some Blaze Headlongs in the side. We have a couple of Oath of Loyalties. One of the cards that I really like here is you're on Rake Over the Coals. Now, Rake Over the Coals was a card that I think got a lot of hate at first, and I'm someone who gave it a lot of hate. I was not a believer when this card came out, but this is kind of like, you know, like an alternate Spreading Flames or like an alternate like a we have Art of War at home kind of thing. And so this card is really cool. Like, walk me through your decision and why you like it in the Fang deck.
Yeah, so I play it in like a handful of matchups. It's not like in every matchup. It doesn't block. That's the biggest problem. It doesn't block. But when you have time to set up fealty and set up these like 6-7 dagger swing turns or like 7 chainlink turns, because the deck can produce that.
Okay.
Like, into Florian, like this card is insane.
Okay.
So that's like you're going to decks that allow you to find time. Any CYB deck, any deck that's like known to be like Dash, i.e., for example, this deck eats alive because you can just pivot into this. Say I'm going to find a time to set up a combo with Perforate, Long Whisker, Fire Brimstone, Break Molecles. I'm going to swing an average 4 times a turn when that happens, like constantly after 3 fealty, and the game's just over. They can't help with the pressure. This I know you said Art of War at home. This is just Art of War. I refuse to believe otherwise.
Okay, listen, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I love it. So I'm assuming that most of the time we're trying to set this in an arsenal. We're trying to set this up to like try and play this off of a 5-card hand, because if we're able to put together a card where we can go a turn where we can go 6 wide. I mean, this is a 0 for 6. Like I think most people would play 1-card 6s in their deck. I think most people would take that value.
1-card 7 sometimes. The other thing this card does that people sleep on a lot is that the floor when you're playing it, because you're playing a defensive deck. So what they like to do on your second chain link a lot is block 4. They just de-react you out because that's usually your break point. Okay. This makes your break point 5. And decks don't like blocking 5. 4 is like the new 3. It's kind of weird.
It is really funny. That feels like a very accurate statement. Like 4 is the new 3. I feel like Aurora and all of the defense reactions that we've gotten over the last year have really defined that metagame with breakpoints and things. And talking about defense reactions, you're on Sink Below and Shelter from the Storm, which I think a lot of people are expecting in a lot of situations. But not everybody is on Loyalty Beyond the Grave. This is a card that I think is slept on way more than it should be. And kind of talk me through your thought process. Why do you think this card works in Fang?
It's a block 3. Your average block value in the deck is like 2.2. I don't know. There's there's some stats somewhere, but it's a block 3 that allows you to, when you go to 1 card in hand, it lets you dig for a Draconic. It means you can whiff Draconics in this deck. It's not like you can't. So it lets you dig for a Draconic. If you have a Fire and Brimstone set up and you're playing this value game, it lets you, if you have 2 engraving or saving it, play a 6-card Fire and Brimstone hand. Sometimes it just can set that up, and it can just set up these crazy turns that other decks can't do. Free draw is free draw. It's super nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And especially being on rate, being able to block 3 is really solid. Somebody had made the comment to me the other day, do you think how broken do you think this card would be if it blocked 4? Somebody asked me that, and I honestly didn't have a response because I'm like, why? Why are we doing this right now? You don't want to give Cinder and Fang and all these Draconic decks these 0 for 4s, both offense or defense, that just play into their game plan.
Yeah, I think the card would be banned if it blocked 4. I don't think that card would be printed. This card needs to block 3. I'm surprised it doesn't block 2, to be honest with you.
I could see this card blocking 2, and I think we'd still play it. If I'm being honest, the ability to be able to block, in a good situation, especially with the defense reaction text on it, and draw a card later is very, very powerful. We do have a question in the chat that I think is really interesting, and I'm going to shoot this over to you. Will the list change based on the ban list?
Yeah, I think it would. There's a chance that let's say Flooring gets banned, and then Azalea and Marlin shoot up to what people are expecting to shoot up to.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to play more D-Rex. Your Blood Shunt might make the list just because it's a tall block. I know that's crazy to sound in a pitch list, but you just gotta block it. The deck is so bad into Azalea. You have to try to find a way to get value right now into it. The deck just does not do that. So,
yeah, I mean, listen, Red Steelblade Shunt fills that role very well.
Yeah. Otherwise, the Endear Devotions, just in general, I haven't tested Fang much since the Battle Hardened. I've played a lot of the deck, but this card has felt awful a lot of times. I can see this card getting cut in general. You just need it for fealty generation and a super defensive meta, but the meta becomes more aggro. This card is just gone. It's just not. It's not worth it. Okay.
No, I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I completely get that. And the one resource is probably pretty relevant to your game plan as well. Because I know you mentioned that you need a blue to be able to play this and make this work, or you need to be able to have all your fealty set up and you're kind of working from there. Ooh, we have another follow-up question about that. Only red shunts or blue as well?
Yeah, I would say probably only reds. Like, I think you would just bog down your deck too much. You might move up to third CNC as well, because of cards in there, and it helps your Prism matchup too if you have 3 CNC.
Okay.
So
I like it.
if you really need to push it, you would push it. But there's a chance that you just pitching blue is just so inefficient. Maybe you just play blue over red. It would make some sustain. It would take so much sustain.
Sure.
Out what the correct ratio would be.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I completely get that. Two of these headpieces here, I think, are seeing play in a lot of decks. Crown of Providence is a card that doesn't really need, you never really need to, rationalize that card. It's just probably one of the best headpieces we have. But not every Fang list I've seen has Kabuto of Imperial Authority in it. And I know that has some really good play into Syndra, but are there other matchups you want Kabuto in, or is it really just to try and hold Syndra at bay a little bit?
You play into Warrior Mirror too. Like, you play into Fang.
Okay.
You play it into Kasai. You play into Dory. You play into Bolton. Not that Dory or Bolton is seeing a lot of play right now, but Kasai shot up in popularity recently.
Yep, absolutely.
Fang is still a fairly popular deck. Like, it's not really showing the numbers, but I think a lot of people are playing this deck.
Okay.
There are Brutes. This card's crazy into Brutes. Blarish Bellows. Block the first claw. Now you just have 7 value, right? It's just a 7 block 7. Yeah, better Husk.
And I imagine
the card is really good.
I imagine shutting down a Blood on Our Hands turn. Also insanely powerful for you to be able to just.
They don't get there.
They don't get there.
They don't get there. No.
You just play that much defense.
Yeah. You have value Kasai, so you just actually play just full defensive value package, and they just never get to create copper against you. And if they do, it's 2. The bow never matters. You usually push Kabuto in there when you're trying to finish the game.
Interesting. Okay, man. We haven't even played a game yet, and I'm already learning stuff. This is great. I love it. The other, equipment slot that we have 2 of here is Dragon Scaler Flight Path and Dynamo. And I think I can speak for everybody who's ever played a Kodachi of any variety. Valiant Dynamo has a special place in hell, in my opinion. So tell me, when do we want Flight Path? When do we want Dynamo? Where is the cutoff, the trade-off there?
Yeah, so defensive decks, again, Fang is fatigable. I'm not the deck is very fatigable. It's weird because it has such good value numbers, but the deck can just die to fatigue.
Okay.
So these super defensive decks, it's another way to pivot with flight paths. Dynamo is you're really trying to play this grindy out value. Okay, flight paths is no, you're never gonna pressure me. I know this for a fact. So my goal is to kill you as fast as possible. And having something block 6 on a 3rd dagger or block 4 on a 3rd dagger and being able to go, okay, I'm just going to reset this dagger, kind of just blows people out because it's you can never block Fang correctly when these are active because what do you do? It's a win or a lose. It's I just wait for you to decide because you can activate these in link step too. Right. So you can really just pivot around. So it's just another sidestep. That's what some of my teammates call it. They call it side. This deck sidesteps so much. And that's what I built it to do. It's just make sure that it can never be blocked perfectly. Just impossible.
Okay, so when we're looking to go for a longer game here, when we're trying to play through some of the grindy meta, we're looking for Flight Path to kind of help us just kind of cheese some blocks and just kind of step to sidestep, like you said, what they're doing, and then try to just go over the top here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And the card, I see a comment here. The card is crazy good in the Florian because they're correct. The card just, all the D-Reacts, everything that they want to do is blocking. You just sidestep it. You get 10 free damage out of nowhere, and they go, well, I'm at 30 life, I guess.
Okay, I like it. I'm here for it. And, kind of leaning back on our conversation, we talked about Kano being good, but we only have AB1 in the sideboard. And I'm not saying that surprises me in any way, because I understand. There's just been times when I've played decks that it's you know what, I'm going to run AB1 for Viserai or Vincent or other heroes, but I'm not able to play around Kano. Is that the idea here?
Yeah, Kano is just, you can high roll them with Flight Path, AB1, and kill them by turn 3 if you really draw the fealty. That's the only time that you can really win that matchup. Okay. It's a 5% win rate. I've tried, I know a lot of people have tried. You try Spell Void 4, it doesn't work. Try AB2, Spell Void 2, it doesn't work because you just don't have the pitch for it. Okay. So the matchup's just kind of an auto loss matchup. And that going back to the ban list, this is why it's if Kano doesn't really get hit, might not consider playing Fang for Nats because the deck is pretty bad into it. I think a lot of players will pick up that Kato. It's a really good deck right now. So
okay. No, that's fair. Listen, I completely understand. I get it. The deck looks really awesome. I'm really excited to jump in and play some games. Is there anything else that I missed that you think is a big part of the deck you want to talk about here before we jump in, or are you ready to jump in and play some games?
There's 2 cards that always get questioned. Perforate. Well, I think a lot of people are starting to like that card a little bit more.
Okay.
I mainboard it. I think this card is one of the best cards in Fang. I think you should be on it. If you ever draw blue with this, it is the best yellow to pitch into, and then you get to go have a mini combo turn before 3 fealty. Nuts. It's like absolutely insane. It can generate 3 fealty on its own. Card is great.
Okay.
And then the other card is Twist and Turn. And again, this is a nice simple 0 for 4. It lets you stack on your dagger. It's an action, helps you play through Azalea. That's really what it does. But what this allows you to do is additional dagger swing is so important when you're played into these like grindier matchups that it's an on hit that they have to block. So it's just really good.
Okay, yeah. So you're pretty much just throwing 5 at them, and if you're holding some number of cards with fealties up, then it's probably looking more like 7 or 8. Okay, awesome. I love that, dude. I meant to ask about this card, and I jumped around it. I was talking about too many things at one time.
It's all good.
But no, this is awesome. I love it, dude. Well, awesome, man. I am excited to learn the ways of Fang tonight. Let's jump in and let's play a couple games, and let's see if you can show me what is up. We're going to play normal, classic, constructed tonight because God knows I'm probably going to have to take some things back. Probably going to have to take some things back here. Bring out Fatigue Fang? No, dude, y'all are crazy.
We want to go first here.
All right.
This is a bad matchup for us. This matchup's actually awful.
It's okay. It's going to feel really good when we win to start out.
So you want to click the Florian Wizards all. There's a little sideboard issue. Go to the deck. Scroll all the way down. We don't want to be on our the D. There's one that prevents the D-Reacts. Imperial Seal. We don't want to be on that in this matchup. It's right next to the Rake Numbers.
Oh,
go to the deck. Right next to Hunt's End. Right next to Hunt's End, the Imperial Seal. You want to take that out.
Okay.
Just toss a CNC in there.
Okay.
Yep. And then we should be good to go.
Yeah, I feel like Imperial Seal of Command is probably more for like the Florian matchup, which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
They're a great turn 0, but we have the Hunt's End in hand, which is never fun. But
I was
we have Crown.
Okay. So I'm assuming, just kind of looking at this here, that we're looking at Dagger, Rake over the Coals into Activate Grains if it hits, Searing Gaze, and Arsenal to Hunt's End.
Yeah, correct. And simple as that.
Okay. I was like, so what I'd like to do, if you're okay with this, I'm going to try and guess what we're going to do before we do some things. Yeah. But when I get it wrong, please correct me.
Yeah. This deck is actually fairly difficult, like, believe it or not. I don't think this deck is easy.
Listen, I believe it. I'm here for it. There is a reason that I'm asking you to show me the play lines and the patterns here instead of just trying to figure it out myself.
Yeah, TCG Bell. We are going to Arsenal the Hunts, and just because we have Crown of Province up, they're never just going to they're just never going to give us spells only. And if they do, they do, but we'll have 4-card hands that generate a lot of fealty anyways, so it's not a big deal.
All right. So we're going to end up marking them. We create a Vigor of the Grains, and we're going to Arsenal Hunt's End.
Oops.
Oh, just kidding. Okay, they're going to play Sigil of Lightning. No problem, opponent. No problem whatsoever. All right. So we close the combat chain, and we're going to Arsenal the Hunt's End. Let's see.
This hand's nuts.
Okay. All right. I like it. So I'm just kind of like spitballing a little bit here, but we have the Saber Bloodshed, and we get to use Long Whisker Loyalty to remark them, and we have the Blade Flurry?
Yep.
Wow.
And I'm sure they'll attack you too, so we can crown this Hunt's End away as soon as possible.
Okay, listen, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. So are we just going to block with the crown here, I assume, just to try and filter and see what we can find?
I think we're going to block. Basically, my goal is to block with equipment as soon as possible, because then you just don't get nuked out by Arcane. So I would block with the crown and then the blood spill, because the on-hits really don't matter too much in Acilio. So
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we're going to draw a crazy one here. I mean, I feel like that's pretty good.
That's really good. That is a good card,
man. Dude, every time I have somebody on the stream, we always draw these like crazy hands. I mean, do we want to block with the flight path here, like just to block?
Yeah. The longer we can stay out like Arcane lethal range, because again we only have 81, is like so important. We might get mind warped here though, and we'll cry. Unfortunate.
Big Sag.
Yeah.
Because we can't even.
Nope.
Yeah, we can't. So we're just gonna take all of it, I guess.
Take 4. Goodbye, good hand. I mean, it's okay. This hand a little less good.
I was like, this hand looks less appealing to me. So, is there any world we're gonna go twist and turn dagger?
100%. That is exactly what we're doing.
Man, we're just not gonna be able to play anything, I guess.
We're going to pitch into grains. We're going to pitch the brimstone in the grains. That's going to be what we decide to do.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, we are throwing 9 at him.
And generating a fealty, right? Like, that's always important.
Yep, absolutely. So you said we're gonna pitch the brimstone?
The brimstone, yeah. We just don't have the fealty. Acilio has all that aura removal. So you just never get the chance to keep fealty in this matchup anyway, so.
All right, so we got a fealty set up. We're going to Arsenal the Oath of Loyalty. Yeah, of course they had the Mind Warp on turn 0, or on turn 1, never didn't have it. This hand feels pretty good. We have...
Curious to see what you decide to do with it. This is an interesting one.
All right, so my thought here is we're going to go Oath into Dagger, and we have the Vigor, so we're going to throw Dagger. We're going to play Pledge and Scar Tissue to mark them, and then we're going to, if we hit, we'll activate Grains. We'll play Blaze Headlong, and then we'll swing the other Dagger.
We're not playing Oath this turn.
Okay, well, I guess actually the Scar Tissue kind of like hinders us here if we play the Oath, so we're going to save the Oath. So I guess we're just going to say no blocks here, or are we going to block with the Glint?
No blocks. Because we want to keep floating Vigor if we can. We do have Perforate in deck, and Perforate's so strong when it's free. So
okay.
Summer Soul. I mean, if we just Mind Warped again, we just cry. I mean,
I was like, dude, unlikely, but... 2 turns and 2 Mind Warps? Like, come on, dude. This is just bad beats. Lightning Press. All right, so they're going to put us down to 24.
Yep. Okay, they don't have any. Okay, that's good. That's good.
So it's Dagger, Pledge Fealty, Blaze Headlong, and Dagger?
It's a Dagger, Pledge Fealty, Scar Tissue. We're stacking them. Because then it remarks. And then this forces him to block the Blaze Headlong / Dagger if he needs to.
Okay. Automatically uses Acilio to cycle?
We're gonna. This is tough. We could use Glint here to filter if we really wanted to. I think you don't. I don't think you do. It's so hard. It's so tough.
Okay. So you think we're still on Pledge Fealty and Scar Tissue?
Yeah. All
right. So this bumps us up to 2. Scar Tissue takes us up to 5. This remarks. We're going to activate Grains. We will throw the Blaze Headlong here. I'm curious to know if they give us a card and equipment to try and deny us the fealty token. They do not. Okay.
It's kind of uncommon. There's a chance that we just get scoured here anyways, so that's why we want to keep the fealty. That does get the Vigors around. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot more sense. Because if we just scoured, then we just lose everything anyways. So.
Okay. So we are going to make another Vigor token here just in case.
Yep.
All right, so we make another Vigor token. We're up 6, but they do have 3 cards in an arsenal here. We do have the Oath for next turn if we draw a good hand.
No.
So I'm going to assume this hand's just crazy the way you're reacting.
Oh, this hand is yeah, we're swinging the dagger 5 times this turn if we get to keep it.
We're swinging the dagger 5 turns?
Yeah, 5 times, yeah, correct.
All right, you're going to have to walk me through it. I got to be honest, I don't see it off the top of my head, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah. 0, if we get Mind Warp there, we don't pledge fealty. It's not worth losing a card over pledging. It's just again, we're losing a lot of value in general. Oh, this is interesting. They've been doing this a lot. That's fine. Losing a lot of value with losing a card in hand for the pledge. Like, it's just impossible to keep fealty around in this matchup.
So they're keeping the Gone in a Flash for their combo turn. They're going to go to 21, and then they're going to arsenal the... All right, so walk me through this turn. Talk to me here about what's going on.
So we're going to start with the Oath of Loyalty. As soon as you click Oath of Loyalty, I want you to read Perforate.
Costs 1 less to activate, and we draw a card? So I'm assuming that it's attack, crack a fealty, or it's attack, it's crack a fealty, perforate.
Correct. And then we'll see what we can do from there.
I keep forgetting we get to attack for free right now, which is crazy.
Is it it's turn 4? Yeah, and we would have actually got a turn 2 if we didn't get Mind Warped. So we've been drawing really well this game.
All right, so we're gonna crack fealty token, and we're gonna play the perforate.
You want to target the dagger you're not attacking with.
All right, the one we're not attacking with. Blistering Blade seems really good here.
It is very good. So it's gonna hit. We're gonna 2/2, and we're gonna pay the grains.
We are going to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all of our things cost 0, so I'm assuming we are. And then it's other dagger.
Yep. So this is our second swing of the turn. I'm just gonna count them out for you. So Long Whisker Loyalty. If you want to read that card now.
I was like, yeah, this card's insane. I've never had the chance to read this card, but I've had people be like, oh, don't worry, it does some crazy stuff. So, all right, so we get to do some wild stuff. So we're going to play the Pledge Fealty here.
No, we're not.
We don't need to go back up to 3 Fealty tokens?
Perforate makes the dagger free. So we're swinging this right dagger as much time. We're going to arsenal probably this Pledge Fealty.
So are we going to play Searing Gaze here?
The Whiskers. We're playing the Whiskers.
We're playing. Oh, we have all 3 chain links, so we get all modes.
Yeah.
The one on the right as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because we want to make sure. Yeah. Because that's the one we target with Perforate, and that now we're under 3. Now you see, we don't need the third fealty right now. We just don't need it. So.
Because of the Perforate, we don't need it at all.
Yes.
Okay. So swing the dagger again.
Mm-hmm.
Searing Gaze, I assume.
A Blistering Blade. We want to try to end on them being marked. It's the right one.
I was like, what?
Because it's target dagger, and every dagger on the link is technically attacking. It's important for a firm loyalty. No, it's really important, actually.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part is, do they have to block here? I mean, they're at 6.
They should be giving equipment, but yeah.
Question is, are we just dead on the back end?
So flip scalers here, because this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 value scalers.
All right, so in the damage step, we will target the one all the way on the right. Oh my gosh. And then we're going to swing this again.
Yes.
Do they give us another card? This is crazy.
They have to, right? Because they're never going to...
I mean,
they're risking not dying. Yeah, they could give us this, and then they don't die to Hunt's End, but this is fine.
And then we'll just play the Searing Gaze.
Mm-hmm.
Push some damage. We'll put them down to 3, and we remark them. I'm assuming we're not grainsing here. We're just going to save the Pledge Fealty.
No. You got to save it, because if they somehow rip our whole hand, we'd rather have the Draconic and Ursel than not.
Okay.
And yeah, that's 6 swings on our Digger that turn.
Wow. That was insane.
Pretty good.
That was not bad. Was not bad. So I feel like we're now in the boat where we have to block as well.
Yes, so we're going to give the Endear and the Scar Tissue here because they're just not worth keeping.
Okay. So we're just going to block with both of them on the first one, I assume.
I'm trying to think, can they do 17 to us? Because otherwise we just kill them no matter what, right?
I mean...
They didn't pop arms. They didn't pop legs.
They probably can't kill us here. Do we block with the Scar Tissue first and keep the Endear since we have the resource?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Should we also block with grains?
Yeah,
just in case?
We don't need grains anymore, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we don't need grains anymore.
Oh! All right. Listen, all right. I swear, I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling this early in the stream. Okay.
Yeah, this is blank game. Yeah, I think we have this game pretty locked up. I would be shocked if they were able to do enough damage.
Man, if they Mind Warp us again, I'm going to cry.
I don't think it's a big deal, though, right? We just take the 2 here. Yeah. They can't do 14.
So, yeah, even if they throw the Gone in a Flash at us and they manage to bounce, like if it's another blink, it's still just 6. Like we just go to 6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, no, this has go again. So I guess technically they can Tunic Volzar and then do like a lot of Arcane here, which it looks like they're going to do.
I think we're going to get Mind Warped again. Is that what's going to happen?
Yo.
Yeah. Take the 6. That's okay. We'll go to 4.
Oh man. Oh, we just keep the cards anyway. Dude, amazing. Amazing. All right, so we can attack with the dagger, and then it's probably just Hunsend, and then Endear Devotion on the second one?
It's basically, until you have lethal, you probably pledge to pivot, and then go to second swing if they're blocking on the first, right? And then you just go.
Okay.
Because if they overblock here, then it's like, okay, if they don't block at all, we just kill them. And if they overblock here, we just say, we're going to go to our second dagger. You can just play Hunsend here. Safe. It's very safe.
I was like, so this is just exactly lethal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because this bumps us up to 6, which means they're just dead.
Yep. Unless they have a sigil. Nope.
All right.
GG's.
You'll love to see it. Let's go, dude. You said it was a bad matchup. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
It's not a matchup you want to see.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I am saying we won through 2 Mind Warps.
We did indeed. They saw no Sigil of Brilliance.
Yeah, that was a wildly lucky game for us. I will take it though. Yeah. I will take it. Ooh, interesting. Is this a good matchup? Okay, your reaction told me everything I need to know right there.
No. It's hard. This matchup is super hard. I think if you know what you're doing, it's favor, but I have no idea what I'm doing in this matchup, to be honest.
Oh,
I've practiced it so many times.
I love the pure honesty with that.
I've gotten my ass kicked every time I played this matchup. I actually, the top 8 game at Battlehard, I should have won, and this is the matchup I had, and I was so bad. Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay.
All right, so we're not on CNCs. We're not on Seal of Command, which makes sense. We're not on Instance, which I think also makes sense. And we're not on Twisted Turn.
Yeah.
All right.
So the goal of the matchup is to be as defensive as possible when we can, and try to sneak fealty when we can.
Okay.
And then eventually we'll just try to find a below a turn, but
this turn doesn't look super great here. Looks like we have an okay turn, but so my thought process here is that we could pitch Long Whisker Loyalty, and then depending on how they block, maybe play nothing and just Arsenal.
I think we pitch the Endear, and then do what you said.
Okay, I like it.
And then if they do block, which they're gonna block, we go. If they only block 3, we go Whisker Loyalty, say on hit, mark on the dagger, and then Blade Flurry.
Okay.
But if they block 6, we just kind of go past. But
okay, so because they block 3, we're gonna go mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also going to play the Blade Flurry. So we come over the top of 1 here.
We hit. Great news.
Do we want to Arsenal this, right? Like we're probably...
Yeah, we need that card.
I was like, I kind of assume this is something we're looking for. And being able to mark them on turn 0 feels like a big win here.
It's huge. It's massive. It's so important because now, if we draw like for the Drakai, it's game changing.
All 3 loyalties in the first 2 hands is really interesting.
Yeah, not the greatest, but probably fine. So interesting. I think we keep this hand and just see what they throw and just get marked because we don't care about being marked currently.
All right. Hey, Valur, what's up, buddy? How are you, buddy? And sorry, guys, I know I'm not really reading chat tonight. I'm really trying to focus on making sure that we can learn as much as possible from Alex while he's here tonight.
Deck is hard. Especially this matchup. You're going to see me go into the tank so many times early on this matchup. I'll be like, I have no idea.
I was like, there's been some complexity so far. Okay. So my first thought is that we can block Dynamo and a card. Now they could have a reaction, but if we block Dynamo and Blade Flurry.
Yeah, I think you're 100% correct there. I think that is exactly what we do.
We have the ability to use Glint as resources. And then we're probably playing the loyalty from Arsenal here to give this go again and maybe come over the top and then remark them on the second one. Generate a Grains if we need to.
We're gonna see we have to wait to see how they block to determine how we play this hand.
That's fair. I feel like that's probably a pretty big thing with Fang. Like you're probably
very common.
Yeah, to see how they play the turn. Exclamation point deck, Max, not deck list. I've got to change that. Everybody thinks it's deck list. I'm the problem here.
They showed bonds? Okay. So we're going to just do what we did before and Whiskers say mark and hope they don't have a D-react.
They flipped into Black Widow, so they're probably trying to keep their hand here, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll play the one from Arsenal, and we're just going to name Mark, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll name the dagger we just attacked with.
Hope they don't have a D-react, because this is where we can get blown out a little bit. Technically a little bit, not really too much.
Okay, that works out pretty well. We will create a Vigor.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need a resource. And we can't really use Brave Forge Bracers here because of the Searing Gaze text.
Yeah, correct. So we're going to Arsenal the loyalty again, but just Searing Gaze over the top, and then we'll be good to go.
I mean, if we can generate 2 fealty tokens here and remark them, I think that's a pretty good turn cycle for us here. Now, we are marked coming into their Black Widow turn, but...
That's so unfortunate.
Saber Bloodshed is not great for us.
We're already marked. They can just flick to hit us. I think we just have to give, right?
I was like, so that's my thought process when I'm playing against Mario is I'm like, or Slippy, I'm like, we're already marked. Like, we just have to let it happen here because they have it for free through the Flick Knives. So if I'm not marked, it gets a little different. I start considering like different avenues here. Interesting. Yo, what? On the dagger? Dude, my man is cooked.
Oh my gosh!
Bro, what? Oh my gosh, dude, we're getting cooked right now.
That hurts a lot. Okay. I mean, this is really good for us. I mean, we take this.
This doesn't even have the Black Widow effect.
No, because it
has to have stealth. Yo, what? All right, so we have the Vigor token, and we have a pretty solid hand. I think we're going to play our own Saber Bloodshed this turn, right?
Yeah, correct. We're just going to block Dynamo here and hope that he doesn't have like a react, like a spike. A spike here is devastating, but like we can't really do much about it. So.
Okay, so we're just willing to take 3 here to fall down to 23.
Yeah, we'd rather keep our equipment for later.
That makes sense. Uh-oh.
Okay. Wait, why? If we're snaps, this is codex then, right?
It's got to be.
What's in the grave?
We've got an Art of Desire body and
Desire?
And the Kiss of Death that just hit us. Yeah. I feel like we probably have to block this.
Party wants to let it hit. Is that weird to say?
I mean, listen, you definitely know more about this, but I mean, I guess they already have the ponder.
This has nothing to do with that's what I was saying. They have the ponder, so it's just one life gain, right? That's kind of what we're just playing around. Do we care about giving equipment? We want to keep the 4 cards. We want to keep them.
Sure, it feels wrong to give. If we hadn't given Dynamos already, I would give Bracers and Dynamos here, I think. Mm-hmm. But I think giving Grains and Bracers is wrong. So we can go.
How much field tier are we at? Are we at 2?
We are at 2.
That's actually. Here's what we can go. It's probably what Searing Gaze, Saver, Searing Gaze into Swing Whiskers. Always Affirm. We can block with one of the Searing Gaze and give Bracers, I think, just to prevent the life gain, and then stay at 22. I think that's fair.
Okay.
One thing I'm getting better at with this deck, just to explain my thought process a little bit here, is that the 2 blocks, the 2 blocks in the deck are really good when you can play them on a link that's not already being used as a Draconic. But since we're not getting any extra swings this turn, it's only 2 value. So if we're preventing 3 technically with the life gain, instead of just getting 2 extra damage and saving 2 life, which gives us more time to play the game, which the deck wants to do.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Yeah, trying to get to the mid game a little bit there, where it feels like we can really shine with the 3 fealty in play.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Plus, I feel like our opponent giving up snaps on turn 2 is pretty good for us, honestly.
I know we're at 22.
I know they had a solid play, but man. All right, so we're gonna play the loyalty here.
No, we want to keep that card.
Play Searing Gaze?
I think we actually just play the Affirm.
Okay. Even though it does not create the fealty?
We don't, because we're going to get the 3 fealty. We'd rather have them marked for another Saver turn at the end of the turn. We basically, once we hit 3 fealty, we're just trying to keep them marked as much as possible.
Okay.
No non-stop marking.
Sounds like a plan. I'm here for it.
Freaking
especially as a 7. So we get blown up by a sink below. So that's okay. We can double pump with Searing Gaze then if we need to.
Yo, Itch Do. I really hope I said that right. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. All right, so we're currently coming over for 4. Saber. Oh, Saber draws a card. Duh, Dadoy.
Yeah.
Lord, completely forgot about that.
You want to pitch that into Grains.
Okay. Pitch the pledge, I assume you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so we pitch this to Grains. We create our 3rd fealty token, and then we get to throw Fire Vein, and we're just going to play the Searing Gaze. I'm assuming that at this point, we're probably trying to hold the loyalty for a pretty broken turn.
Yeah, because you want the 3 chain links to go swing again, mark, and or really you just want oh, what are we turning into? Is he just going to go Black Widow again?
It's got to be Black Widow. That's what everybody picks. Don't get me wrong.
But usually, Graphene, the Graphene Maker, Widowmaker, right?
3, whatever the 3rd one's called.
Yeah, the Orb Weaver. There you go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, and so we'll play Searing Gaze. We'll bump this up to 3. And we're going to put them to 28, remark them. We are not going to activate Grains again. We're going to reset Dynamo, which we like to see. Mm. I mean, I'm telling you, if I played this deck at a tournament, I would forget that 1,000 times.
I got lucky and played, like I said, OG Kasai. So I knew how to do. Oh my gosh! Wait a minute.
Is this turn really good?
This turn can be. It's really close. It's really close. So we have to see what they do.
We have to see what the assassin does. Sounds like every deck in the format playing into an assassin.
Well, yeah, this turn could be really good. If they don't do much to. Okay, so this is for 6. I'm so tempted to just say it has no go again. So what? No snaps? Is it stains?
It could be, stain the red back could give go again. We are marked, so it's free. That into codex would be pretty solid. Would probably be my guess. This could just be a buff though. It could be Tunic plus 3 to come across for 9 gain of life, and then Arsenal card could be the play here.
No, I have a question for you. Okay. Do you want to play for fun and a crazy turn, or do you want to play for?
Brother, we're going for the crazy turns. That's what I'm here for, dude.
So we're gonna just say it could be a mantle. Just FYI, it could be a mantle.
Could be mantle. That would be really bad.
But But it needs to be double react plus mantle, which I don't think is the case. I think they would have went into the card rip one. I think we give Dynamo, Crown, tuck the tip off, and just say we're going to win the game next turn. So, and this could lose the game on the spot. This could lose the game on the spot, just an FYI. Like, I'm just going to be honest.
We got people in chat saying no blocks. No blocks. Get
that tip off out of here. Oh, okay, we got some insurance. That's fine. This turn's still going to be crazy. So there's stains, yeah. I figured it was gonna be stains. It's gonna be stains and
I assume we're still just taking 6 and keeping the shelter in case it's like a leave no witnesses.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go into codex. I think you're right. And this makes our turn big sad, but that's okay.
Oh, dude. All right.
Another shelter.
Interesting.
Rough. There's a chance they just swing Graphene, and that's or the Mark Dagger, and we get rewarded.
Man, would love that. Would absolutely love that.
Come on, crossing my fingers. Darn. Well, what do they have in there? It's just gonna be
it's just gonna be like another 0 for 3. There's like really nothing impressive.
Yeah.
They discard an Incision and get Kiss of Death. I'm assuming we're just gonna use Shelter to just save some life here.
We hold on the Shelter, right? For disruption.
Okay, fair enough. I'm here for it, dude. Let's go to 12.
Yeah.
We fall down to 12.
Unfortunately, this is going to be a 4-value frailty.
Yeah. I was like, this frailty seems like it's about to put in work, dude. About to put in work.
It is. So basically, Fire and Brimstone's a crazy card. I'm sure you're aware of that.
So the first pre-release I went to, I opened 2 of these in my sealed pool, and I was just dumpstering people all night with this card.
Yeah.
So I assume we're going to attack, and then we're going to play the Fire and Brimstone since it costs 1 less.
We have 1 floating, and we need to play the Endear this turn. So we're probably going to see what they do, as always. And we're going to so they're getting what reaction do they have?
They have the Marcus, Lair of the Spider.
But yeah, so we're gonna pass to reactions. If they don't block, I think we just break a fealty and go Scar Tissue and hope that it hits. I know that's such a bad thing to say, but
all right. So we crack the fealty here.
Yeah.
We're down to 2. We should be down to 2 fealties now. We'll probably move the chain up a little bit. It's probably easier to keep up with everything. And then this is gonna pump this up to 4.
Hopefully we just get layered. Okay. That's good. So yeah, this is actually a 5 value of frailty. Like we would add 5 more value if this frailty wouldn't be here. Yeah,
that's
kind of
crazy codex. So like them playing 2 codex of frailties and 2 turns is actually super relevant.
yeah, crazy. Who would have thought the card's like broken into a deck that swings daggers like weapons 5 times a turn?
So we're not going to use Grains because we need to use Endear, correct?
No. Mm-hmm, correct.
All right, so we do not do this. We create our 3rd fealty again. And then it's going to be Dagger, and then I'm assuming Fire and Brimstone?
Yep, now that it's free.
Yo, Trent, what's up, dude? Oh, sure, this turn's still really good. It's just, I feel like this is one of those matchups where every point matters. And, considering we're down 16 right now, like, it might have actually just, you were talking about, do we want to play to win or do we want to play for, like, the big fun turns? And it feels like, it honestly kind of feels like the play we've taken might actually just be the better play here because we need to play to the out of a big turn.
Yeah, but, like, this big turn is, like, 5 value. So, basically, Stains into Codex is, like, back-breaking there. And it was, like, it was pretty obvious that was probably the play. If it was, like, a Mantle turn, I think we were, like, okay with that. But...
So now we get to play for all modes, right?
Yeah, you want to go Endear first, though.
Okay.
Just because we're trying to end with them marked. That is the idea.
Okay. So Endear makes another fealty.
We're going to be pretty even in life total here at the end, actually, with the dereacting arsenal, which is like great news for us. And they have no snaps. They have no way to sneak ahead piece. So I think we're actually not in a bad spot.
I love it, dude. You love to hear it. All my homies hate Codex.
If you're a warrior player, you hate codex. It doesn't. Oh my gosh, why does that card exist?
All right, so we're gonna hit him with the Fire Vein. Are we gonna use, even though we get all 3 modes, are we going to attack an extra time here, or are we just gonna? Okay,
we have the Brimstone +1, right? So our Dagger's 1 right now.
This one. Good lord, I swear.
Yeah, it's that one. It's that one.
Trying to remember this is killing me. We
don't
do this.
Playing this in paper is also crazy because you have to explain to your opponent what's going on.
Oh, brother. I'm telling you, I've probably been cheated at a pro quest because I'm like, no, you're good. Don't tell me. Just what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? All right, so we get to make another fealty token, which I feel like might be relevant situationally. We're going to clear the Dynamo's counter, and then we're going to arsenal the shelter. And since we're marked, we're in a little bit of a weird spot where they could get go again situationally.
Yeah, but I think this is where we start playing for like value, right? This is where we just start saying, okay, we're going to block a little bit, attack a little bit, and try to go. Because we're at 5 fealty now, so every reaction is turned on.
Okay.
Yeah, so Spinnerets. That's Kiss.
I hope I see Codex in the next BNR announcement. I gotta be honest, I would not hold your breath.
That card, Gottlieb loves that card a little too much.
So, if this is Toxin, there's nothing we can do pretty much. But
correct.
We do have the option of blocking Grains, Dynamo, and Shelter. I'm not sure if there's a hand that blocks better here.
So what we're going to do, we're going to play around the Toxin and not block the Grains. We're going to block Perforate, Endear, Dynamo. And we probably can give Bracers too. Block 7 fully. Okay. And then if it's just a reaction, we can block it. Yeah, force them to have it. That way we don't lose our Grains block. Perforate into Endear, and it stains. So it gets go again.
This is so tough. I'm debating if we're just supposed to let this hit.
Because what's going to be at the end of this? We haven't seen a leave no yet.
We have not, no.
I think we have to eat it. And we get unmarked. So I think that's the big thing.
That's what I was going to say, is I really like that we get unmarked. Now, if this had been just like a Razor's Edge or something, I think I would have given the Shelter to try and deny them go again off of Mario.
100%, yeah.
But since they had it no matter what. Ooh. I
think we give Grains, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So we don't let them mark us. We can take the Chelesera, whatever. Oh yeah, they're flicking the kiss of death. That makes sense. So we go down to 6. And we go down to 5.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play our hand here. Still having the Shelter feels pretty good because we're still like protecting ourselves here.
Yeah, and then we're no longer marked, so they don't have go again. They'll have to flick this dagger next turn if they have to. And our hand's actually really good. It's a 2-card 9. So
yeah, I was like, our hand's
2-card
great.
10-wit Dynamo, a 2-card 10-wit Dynamo.
So we're gonna go Fire Vein, crack a fealty, play the Scar Tissue, and then play the Blistering Blade. Correct?
Yeah.
I bet my firstborn son they have a Tarantula Toxin here. If I win, I get a second son. Yo, what is happening now? Dude.
No!
Then the follow-up, damn, sorry, son. Like, bro, what is happening in chat right now?
Say goodbye to your son, I guess. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, man. All right, so 4 with the on-hit mark effect. Oh my gosh, dude. I swear, bro. I have never hated frailty tokens so much in my entire life. How do you play like this? Oh my gosh.
Every warrior player wants Codex of Frailty banned for a reason. It's not the reason of losing your arsenal and them getting advantage. It's because it makes their weapon weaker.
Yeah, this is crazy. All right.
That's a lot of value. But they only have a 3-card hand, right? So we have all Hunt's End still in deck. That's like the great news. So hopefully we start seeing them. We have all 3 sinks. We still have all 3 loyalty beyond the grave. So
we have a lot of protection. Oh man, did you call that or did you call that, dude? Bro, what?
Oh my god, no, there's Gizamine. No.
Oh my gosh. All right. Thankfully, we had this to protect us. Are we going to block this with loyalty?
I think so, right? I think we just don't want to be marked anymore, and we want to force the flick if he has it, if he needs to. Like,
yeah. Because even with this hand, we can go dagger, fealty, or I guess we can play Hunt's End first, and then end on the scar tissue to try and mark them to set up a save return.
Yeah, and you're still gonna break the fealty as well, just because one value is one value. We'd rather just be at 3 fealty than
sure.
With the mark.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, they're flicking Graphene.
Been very intrigued by some of our opponents' decisions this game, and we're still down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes more sense. They just have the Orb Weaver Spinneret.
So now this is where we get Toxin? No. Okay.
So, let's see. Do we block with Dynamo and the Valiant or the Shelter from the Storm just in case they have a way to instant speed mark us here? We can prevent again.
I think so. And then if we need to play the sync, we have to play. We have a way to play the sync.
Right. Because the other option is play the Shelter and then play the sync if they have a pump. It's more likely they have a pump, but I'm also living in a world where like I'd like to like keep the sync if I can, which might just be me trying to like greed too much. But
I don't think it's greed. I think we have to greed, right? We're down 8 life.
That's true.
We need to try to play it. Yeah. I don't think they have the pump. They just couldn't Graphene here because we're not marked. That's the thing, right? So if we got marked, they would have been able to Graphene into Prague.
Yeah, it's interesting how much more life that would have cost us if we had just let the dagger hit.
We've lost 7 value off of Frailty this game, by the way. They would be at 5 health.
Yeah, so the Frailty trap was a 0 for 5. Casual. Like,
yeah,
actually insane. Are you on Sigil on your list, Alex?
Yeah, I'm not on Sigil. That's a card that could come back depending on how the meta shakes out too. The card's really good in Fang.
Okay.
Like, the card's really, really good at Fang. You were playing it for Aurora mostly, so.
Okay, that makes sense. Pyre, I lost in top 8 playing Syndra. I played against a Florian who was playing Scepter into me. And they went turn 0, tree, Scepter for 4, make 4 rune chance. Next turn, take all of my damage, play another tree, Scepter for 7, keep both of their trees. Turn 3, Scepter for 7, turn 4, throw 22 rune chance at me. I just kind of sat there and smiled because I didn't really know what else to say.
That's just Florian doing Florian things.
Dude, it was crazy. You know, the funny part is like, it was my buddy. So like, I don't know if you know who Dozer is or not. But he's like kind of like a local to us. And you know, he has a YouTube channel and stuff. And so like he was playing his own take on the Scepter Florian deck. And it was a pretty cool deck. But we were talking before the game because the way his deck's set up, it like folds to Syndra basically. Unless he goes tree. And he just like did it and he was like, man, I'm so sorry. Like as he's obliterating me.
That's actually like, I think it's the only way I've lost on Fang into that matchup too. They've only gone tree.
Yeah.
Like, the deck is like so strong into it. It's like,
it makes sense.
The 2 with the mark.
Maybe tree needs to go and Scepter. Ooh, I don't know about that. That's interesting.
I can see it.
Really?
I could see it. I think the AM3 was like sneakily too good.
It is crazy good.
But you would more likely see the Amp Wand go before Tree goes, I think.
Okay.
If they just remove Scepter and they're like, okay, these weapons are just too good with Amp, then yeah, we're upset. Okay, this is actually...
This sounds great.
I think we win the game.
Uh-oh.
I think this is okay.
So they're throwing 5 at us and we're not marked. Is there any world we're going to block Grains, Dynamo, and Sync?
I think there is a world, but I'm worried about the pump in Arsenal because they are already they're playing so many pumps into us already.
Yep.
So I think we can just play safe by blocking Oath, Affirm, and then play around their pump with Sync.
Okay, and then we have the pledge and the Huntsman, depending on how they.
We're probably gonna sink the pledge, but like they're gonna have to overblock us now. So like this pledge is actually useful.
Okay.
So flicking graphene
does not do anything because we're not currently marked. Just extra damage.
And I'm guessing codex. We're getting codex in here, huh? No, leave now. Okay.
So we get to just stuff this with the sink below.
Yes, I think since we're using the sink below here, we just get rid of the pledge field too. We don't need that card.
Like there's probably just a better card we can find, right?
Yeah, I mean even a D-Rex better, right? We'd rather plant that in Arsenal. That is probably the worst card we could have.
Oh, my man said it's probably the worst card we could have drawn.
We'll see how they block because we actually get the pivot now. This actually is still a really good draw, but it's like it just makes it a little bit more awkward. It might be a little bit more luck dependent.
Okay. Is there any world we're ever cracking a fealty and pitching the Hunts into the perforate? Feels so wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh really?
There's a lot of worlds where that happens, especially when they block 3 and they're gonna block. They might block 6 here. They might block 6 here. And if they do, we just literally perforate.
I mean that's fair. I love to see Justin Egg block. Love to see that. Blocking with flick knives when I'm at 3.
Flick, we take that. That's a huge one.
That's crazy. Let's see. We have 4 fealty tokens, so we're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, Felipe, we're not going to Arsenal the perf we play it. We're just going to pay into Grains and Braveforge on the second swing if we need to. So that's the unfortunate part. Oh my God, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Are we about to play the perforate here?
We are. I think those 2 cards we have to. We have to.
Yo! Oh! Dude, they are mind gaming themselves so much right now.
Dude, I love this deck. I love this deck because people like it's like the Assassin Pro. It's like how much can they pump? It's like
oh, this is amazing.
So Perforate became like the best draw in the deck now. So
man, I love this. And like the pause, like the thinking here just tells me that they're just gonna mind game themselves out of this game.
Yeah. But this is why I like Perforate so much. Like I know a lot of people don't like it, but like this is the reason. Like now we get the pivot, draw a card, reset the turn. Basically, it's a 1-card hand. We get the reset, but like 1-card hand in Fang is still insane amount of damage. So,
well,
like,
and the crazy part is like if we rip into another Huntsman and they don't block, they're just dead. Yeah, like, there's still one more in the deck.
Blistering Blade too. They're just dead. They have to block. Like they have to block the second dagger then. Like,
yeah.
So then they're only down to 1 card in hand, and we're just locking up the game at that point. So. Hopefully this guy makes the decision soon.
oh, okay, he has. Okay. Yeah. It was me. I was the problem. All right, so we're gonna crack a fealty. We're gonna play this. Yeah. Pitch the Hunts End. He's gonna feel very relieved when we pitch this Hunts End.
The right there.
Okay.
Always the right one. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna still swing the dagger and then probably Arsenal this card.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to play around it. They're probably just going to take the or we do that.
Interesting. Okay, listen, deal. Yeah. Deal. And we're just going to pass and Arsenal for the Drakai.
And we already have a Loyalty Engrave, right?
We do. So. Do we just block Dynamo and Loyalty here?
Yeah.
Because this is stealth specifically. And then we can just try to use the Loyalty here to just go over the top.
Correct. Also, like we're gonna see. We're gonna take the 1. That's fine.
So we play this now. We go to 2.
We're gonna see the that this is where Glint's really good too. Like a lot of people are on and off Glint. That's a card that gets a lot of questions, but this card's like really good.
That seems.
It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna draw off Glint.
Okay, so we're just gonna attack.
If we don't draw into a red, then it's like it be what it be.
I mean, yeah, for sure. So fealty into Glint or just Glint?
Fealty into Scar Tissue. And then second swing on Dagger will be Glint to draw a card and see if we can play a red on top of the Glint.
Are we gonna pitch the Sink Below? I take it to attack.
Are we down to
That's
1
two
fealty?
now.
2 fealty? Okay. I mean, yeah, we gotta have to, right? So. Okay, we can actually glint here once this resolves, and maybe this solves our issue. That is, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Okay, that's fine.
Feels incredibly
Not really,
unlucky.
but that's fine. Yeah, that's. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Wow.
So we're going to 4 the Drakai here just to get our 3 fealty back, and he's just going to keep his hand though. That's the unfortunate part. And we got inertia. Oh my god, why is he on inertia and frailty trap? Like that's like very uncommon, but that's okay.
This is interesting.
Well, he blocked, so that's good news for us.
Listen, I will take that. All right.
Oh, he's Tarantula right now with no daggers. I didn't even realize.
Do I want to discard this to mark him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I assume. I was like, after we let all this happen. And then we're going to inertia away our cards. We'll go Blaze Headlong first. What are we drawing?
It's all right.
So we block tip off and grains here, I assume? Or do we
just and then
block...
we sink a tip off. Yeah, we sink a tip off if we need to, right?
Man. It's doing everything it can to get us right here. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of hoping for a buff right here. Like, do we just lose to the Toxin this way?
Yeah, we do, but like we can't play around it, right? Like,
I mean,
there's like nothing we could do.
Yeah, just giving 2 cards is bad.
Yeah. It'd be what it'd be. Actually, we don't. We do. Maybe we draw into a D-React. Oh, he blocked. He lowered the grains.
Yo.
All right.
Love this guy. Love this guy.
Oh my god.
This guy's my best friend, dude. This guy's my best friend, bro. Love this guy. So we get to attack. We're probably going to crack a fealty to Glint here, right?
No, we're just going to give go again to it no matter what. And play. We're playing the Blaze this turn.
Right. To be able to keep our stuff around.
Mm-hmm. Wow, this is like, even if I was like thinking, like, if we sunk below on the last turn, like that wouldn't even have helped. We haven't drawn a Draconic React in 3 turns, which is like insane.
I'm convinced, it's wild. All right, so we play the Glint because they blocked with a card from hand. The Pledge Fealty lines up because we're just going to attack here, right? And then play it to force more cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then probably play the Blaze. I mean, I imagine we're just going to get another block here.
And if they block with 2 cards, we just play Pledge and Arsenal to Headlong, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're willing to go to 3, I'm just going to throw the Blaze here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this forces 1 card at minimum.
I mean, they have no daggers, right? So, like, I'm not sure what they're going to do.
We unmark our Dynamos.
So most of this can be a 6.
Yeah, so this is... Yeah.
7.
Well, yeah, it'd be 1 over the top. So we can Savor, Perforate, and Dynamos here.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. It's unfortunate, but...
And then we just get to go Dagger, Affirm Loyalty into Dagger, Blistering Blade.
Yeah, or Arsenal, Blistering Blade, and then we should lock him out of the game. I mean, we should... we got a homie turn. That's what happened. We got a homie turn.
We did, for sure. I'm convinced that our opponent Link is watching the stream right now, and he's like, listen, dude, I feel bad for you. I'm just going to throw you one right here. Like...
I always say we accept donations. That's what I always say.
100%. So Affirm Loyalty here gives us go again. I think that's the last Toxin. And then depending on how they block 2 cards here, and we just Arsenal Blistering Blade, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Unless it does one over the top, which that's if they have 2/2 blocks.
Sure.
Would be weird.
What
Very
a time.
odd.
What a time to be alive. I mean, you're telling me there's a chance right now. Like, it could be a world we live in right now.
No, okay.
Okay, so we're just going to arsenal this, clear our dynamo, and set up. Shelter protects us very, very well. So I think we can pretty safely just block Saver.
I think you block in Deer Dynamo.
That
and then you have
makes more sense because it costs 1.
Mm.
And we have the Saver just up front.
Yeah. All right. This is the game.
If this does not win us the game, dude, I don't even know what to say.
I would email Mr. Gottlieb this clip and be like, what happened here? Like he tried to donate this game to us because we drew so poorly and we couldn't get there.
They say good game in the chat, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Man, that was a grind. I did not think we were going to get there. What was down here? Just a Nick?
It's a Nick. So we played around it.
Yeah, so we played around it and it paid off, thankfully, and it paid off.
Wow, what a crazy game.
Dude.
That was a fun one. Always so much fun.
I just want to know where all of these draconic cards I'm looking at were at during those weird 2-turn cycles where we just had nothing to do. That was crazy.
Well, we drew 3 cards too. So like we drew 3 cards and we didn't see a draconic.
Mathematically, extremely improbable. Like is exactly how I would describe that situation. Okay, so we've played a couple games and we talked about this earlier in the stream, but we had talked about doing a giveaway. So for anybody who does not know, myself and Alex, or Flame Dog as you guys know him, are both partnered with the Codex Journal. So Thomas is the gentleman who makes Codex Journal. It's a great product. He's a great guy. I can't help but shamelessly plug my own Codex Journal. It's just, I have to live in this world where I do it every time. But in the spirit of doing the Fang stream and hanging out with Alex tonight, we're going to be doing a Codex Journal giveaway for the Fang one specifically. So in case you have not seen, there is a Hero Series Codex Journal Blade of Empire that has Fang on the front of it. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a code word here in just a second. And I'm going to tell you guys you have to type it in the chat. And then you guys are going to type in the chat and we'll pick a winner here. So I tell you what here. Let me pull this up. Nobody start typing in the chat until I say something to make sure that we get everybody entered in here so that we have everybody. But Alex, I tell you what. Oh, I lost you there for a second. Uh-oh. There we go. I was like, it's going to look down the stream. All right. I might lose you for a second. If I do, I apologize.
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
All right. Alex, I tell you what. Pick a word for me. What are you thinking?
Do you want me to type it to you on Discord, or do you want me?
You can just say it, and then I'll tell everybody when they can type it. Something stream appropriate.
Yeah, let's do. You know what? Can we do a phrase?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do for the Drakai. How about that?
For the
Oh
god, I gotta type.
Do you have enough for it?
DRACAI for the Drakai?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
All right. So the keyword or the phrase is going to be for the Drakai. So I have put that in here so that you guys can start throwing that in there. For the Drakai in the chat is going to enter you for a chance to be able to win the giveaway here. And then we'll pick a winner here in just a second. So while we're taking a break here and we're waiting for everybody to jump in and, kind of join the giveaway here, tell me what you use the Codex Journal for, because I feel like it has a lot of different utilities and purposes for different people. And tell me, just something that you love about it and like your best purpose you get for it.
So I would say for me, it's like going to like ProQuest Battle Hardens. You can keep the life as long as you hide your pages.
Mm-hmm.
And I love debriefing with my opponent about the game, and then if you have some time, like stand up, walk away, and then just start writing what your opponent says. Like they always give you the best advice, right?
Yeah.
I always recommend talking to your opponent after your games at one of the big events, because they know their deck better than you probably know their deck. and they can tell you what you did wrong, or maybe how other players play into them on your deck, and then you can learn from that. And I usually take a lot of notes that way and just learn that way. It's always the best way to learn, in my opinion.
I love that. The idea of getting advice from your opponents is great. Like it really gives you this opportunity to learn more about how other people view the game, and how other people look at Flesh and Blood in general. So I love that. That's awesome. I really like that. I'm definitely going to start using the match notes and getting more from my opponent and, being able to talk with them about it. I really like that. I think that's a good thing to add. All right, let's see.
For sure.
We've got 1 billion entries here, it looks like. We've got a bunch of entries. Let's go ahead and let's pick one here. All right, let's see. All right, so let's go choose a winner. Let's do it. Eli Fusail. Fusail? Hope I said that right. Let's take a snipping tool here so I don't forget.
Fusil? Maybe it's Fusil.
Fusil? I like that. I'm here for that. Eli, thank you so much for participating in the giveaway. Congratulations. Let's see. For the Drakai giveaway. Let's just save that picture so I'll have it for later. But Eli, thanks so much for participating and being here. Really appreciate everybody for hanging out tonight. I was like, I've had a blast. We're only 2 games in and it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Eli, go ahead, shoot me a DM on Discord, and we'll go ahead and get you the instructions for how you can claim that and everything. But guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. I really appreciate everybody chilling. I was like, everybody's coming to hang out and witness the Flame Dog experience tonight, man. Yeah. While we are hanging out, before we jump into another game here, for anybody who does not know, Alex Flame Dog actually has his own YouTube channel. I have linked that in the description, the video description. So if you're hanging out on YouTube, make sure you check out the description down below. Alex posts all kind of great content. All of the talented warrior content. He talks about a lot of his tournaments and has some really good gameplay on there. So make sure you check it out. Go show some love for our boy. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, happy to, man. Happy to, dude. I love it, man. I love it. And listen, I'm not saying anything, but what I will tell you is that, we had Yudo on the stream a couple weeks ago, and then he won a ProQuest. So, so you got a high bar to live up to here, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't even participate in any more ProQuests. The next event I'm doing is Nats. So when I'm top 8 Nats, we're going to be good
If you top 8 Nats, I will be telling everybody, you're all welcome. Oh, all right. Let's see. Do you have a Huntsman matchup? Because if you do, I would be blown away.
I don't. And how I would play it, I would not play it like that. No,
okay.
No. I would play it as if it's a CYB deck. That's what I would assume.
All right. So CYB slapdash. All right. I like it. All right. Let's take. All right. Easy there, big fella. Jeez, we're thinking here. All right. All right. So this looks kind of similar here. We're not on Command and Conquers, but we are on Imperial Seal of Command, which I kind of like, but we're not on any of the defense reactions. So we talked about Rake over the Coals and where you feel like you get a lot of value. So this is one of those matchups we're probably trying to set up like a big 5-card hand, try to push a lot of damage, and maybe swing the dagger 5 or 6 times here.
Yeah, correct. I think that makes sense. I'm assuming this guy's on Fatigue CYB, especially with double Graven Call.
I was like, man, that sends one message to me.
This game's gonna go long.
We win this match by default. I mean, we're 2-0, We're 2-0. So, not saying we're unbeatable, but we haven't lost yet.
Yeah, we haven't lost yet. We're doing great. We're doing great.
All right, let's see here. I feel like Tooth of the Dragon's a really good setup to help us kind of go over the top, and then Scar Tissue can help us mark on the second chain link.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if it doesn't do anything, I guess we arsenal the Fire and Brimstone, but so tough.
We probably don't want to block with this unless we have to.
I think we're blocking with it right now.
Okay, just kidding. I was immediately wrong.
So one thing I've come to learn about Fang is that if you see Fire and Brimstone early, the best thing about it is that it's a block 3.
Do we want to block the dagger, or are we taking the damage here, you think?
We probably could take the 1. I don't see them threatening life enough, right?
Okay.
To where this 1 damage is going to be warranted.
I'm imagining that. All right, that the damage they are going to offer is going to be more about them like banishing cards off the top of our deck. Is probably more for what we're looking for.
We probably could just block the scar tissue here, actually.
Okay.
So like I thought it would be a 3 block, but like
sure, yeah.
They bump it, but like okay, they pumped it. That's with the way is that yellow cut to the chase?
It is.
Is this yellow? Oh my okay.
Brother, what is happening right now? We looking to Arsenal this?
Yeah, I think we're pitching the Brimstone Toothing and then just swinging the second dagger and arsenaling the saber.
So you said we're gonna pitch the Fire and Brimstone to what?
For dagger, and then arsenal the saber, and then we're gonna tooth, and then if it hits, pay into grains with perforate, and then swing again.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna pitch here. Yo, Eli, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you guys being here and hanging out tonight. Wait, does the list work, dude? Of course it works. We're undefeated.
Defeated.
So I'm assuming we're gonna play Tooth here.
Yeah.
So we buff this up, and then are we pitching to? I assume we're just gonna pitch Perforate here to the Obsidian Fire Vein.
And it's gonna come in for 4, so it's a little bit more awkward for them to block. I'm assuming they have a D-react, but like, or they do that.
Man, what is happening, dude? We're about to get juiced. I can feel it right now, dude. We're about to get juiced.
I have a feeling we're gonna lose this game. I hope we do. I love Huntsman.
Huntsman is pretty cool. I have to agree. Yo, Steven, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? I wonder if they're on Regicide. Yo, they might be on Regicide, actually.
My gosh, wait a minute. Yeah, we might just lose to that.
Let's see. So this is probably going to be another pump, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that too. So do we just want to block 5 with like twists and bracers? And then just I mean, this hand's not great. I mean, it's like what?
His hand feels not the best.
It's really good if we have 3 fealty.
Yeah, if we have 3 fealty, this hand's insane. I kind of forgot for a minute we didn't.
So I think what the plan would be is like Oath of Loyalty, pitching Rake, and then Long Whisker trying to mark and just throw a 3-card 8, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. I just try to prevent our deck from being thin too much.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure.
And now we have we have pitch stacked, by the way. Brimstone, Rake, them over the coals.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, that is.
We just need a I guess hopefully we'll have fealties by the time we get there, so we don't need a blue to go with it. But
yeah,
is Seal of Imperial Command the only anti-fatigue tech? Have seen CYB run Fang out of reacts.
Yeah, it is, and it's strong enough to do it. Again, like I said, the reason why we're on less blues is because that's kind of our anti-fatigue deck. Is tech is just play more damaging cards. So
attack more. They are using flick knives so aggressively.
Scared. I'm so scared.
So since this is the second chain link, we can go +2.
Yeah, +2 mark.
I was like, we can go +2 and mark, which really works out here. And if we're able to mark, we can set up a really good saver turn, which could be very powerful for next turn.
Yeah, so they'll have to block like 1 here if they need to, but this deck is so odd.
I love this deck, dude. I'm having a blast.
I love Jank. Jank and Fab is so good. I wish more people played Jank. Oh god, it's so much fun to watch.
I wish it was feasible to play Jank at like a higher level.
That's true. Yeah.
Are we pitching this? Are we just pitching this for like the ultimate get them?
I mean, right when we have Fire and Brimstone into Rake 'em Over the Coals into Hunt's End now, and
yo, it's not
what are we discarding?
God, I hate this card. I have never hated Codex of Frailty as much as I do right now.
We just block 2 with grains, no? Like
it's kind of what I'm thinking is that like we can just keep our hand here, and we're gonna pitch the Huntsend to. We're gonna play Saber, twist and turn, pitch Huntsend.
Yeah.
Play Rake and then attack.
Yeah. Yep, and we don't play the Blade Flurry because we might need to pitch into the second dagger.
So. Right. Is there any world we don't play the twist and turn? Like we just play this.
You just stack them.
So we're we're going all in here. All right.
Like our goal is to keep ripping their hand. There are less cards in deck than us somehow.
You love to see it, dude. You love to see it. You love to see it. We need jank to be feasible. I would honestly play. What I've always wanted to do, and you know what? You're the one person I should be talking to about this. I've always wanted to play Library Bolton.
Oh, that deck, I've played it. I've played, it's called Banana Blade. I have a list for it.
So it's a real thing. Okay. So yeah. I guess the other night, I thought I was cooking. I thought I was cooking the other night. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I was like, we're so good at this game. It's insane how powerful this could be. But no, just kidding. I'm probably like 3 years too late to this. Are we pitching Perforate here?
Yeah, we're pitching Perforate into Vigor. And then we're just going to Arsenal the Blade Flurry.
Makes sense. Because this next one will come in for
Wait a minute. Do you see that?
Wait, what?
They just blocked with a dual threat.
Yo, this is some sauce. And he blocked with a codex.
Which we like. That means he has another one, by the way. I know you're not keen to this warrior shenanigans, so that just means they have another
Normally
one, so.
My biggest problem is, do I get back a 0 for 4 or like a Command and Conquer when I play against codex? But now, like, dude, I'm telling you, frailties have a whole nother meaning to me tonight. Okay. Yo.
That's fine.
Like, does that even matter? And they pass?
I think we get 3 fealty here.
So we get to go attack. I mean, if we crack the fealty, we're just up a creek here. You're seeing something I'm not, that's for sure.
Yeah. We're not cracking the fealty. We're just going to stack the Searing Gaze and the Scar Tissue, because the Scar Tissue gives you the mark on hit, and then the Searing Gaze will give you Go Again.
So what are we playing here to give Go Again?
The Searing Gaze.
So we're going to play Searing Gaze.
Yep, and then Scar Tissue, Blade Flurry. We're playing all of it.
Oh, we're just...
I see. Marks.
We're using Searing Gaze for Go Again, and then we're going to use Scar Tissue to mark them, and then the Endear Devotion is going to set us up. And we are going to activate the Vigor.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not going to activate Braveforge Bracers because we need the Endear Devotion text.
Yeah, and also it costs 1.
That's valid. That's valid. You can try the line. Wait, what?
What line? Is he watching? Is this guy watching stream? Is that what's happening?
I'm assuming he's like watching the stream and watching us have a blast. I think if you pop Fealty and send Glint.
No, it's never. No.
And buff this dagger.
It's never that. It's because we get 3 fealty here. We get 3 fealty here. Uh-huh.
All right, we're gonna say that we appreciate it. I don't want us to seem like ungrateful,
No, I appreciate it.
Jerks or anything. No,
no! No, you need to undo. We had to.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I was like, no, we just threw it away. We had everything we wanted and we threw it away.
Well, it would create the fealty. You just would make this 7. So that's why it's important that chain link is, because you can go like Blaze Headlong and you can play a Firm on top of a Blaze Headlong as a second chain link. It doesn't buff the Blaze, but it gives you the fealty.
Okay, yeah. So the fact that this sets us up with the fealty right here is perfect, because we make a second one and from the mark hit, we get to make another one. Now, the fact that they kept their hand terrifies me.
I'm terrified already.
I'm banking that this is a coercive tendency turn.
This like early, I guess. I mean this like the now how we play is we just say no blocks the rest of the game. That's what we should be doing most of the time.
Our opponent just said in the chat, "I just built this masterpiece."
It is a masterpiece. I'm with them.
All right, so let's see. I mean, this hand feels pretty good. I think we're just no blocking here, right? Like we're just gonna take 4. We don't even have an arsenal.
I mean, he's gonna cut to the chase. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take 9, and this gets go again. We would have had to have blocked with so many cards to have blocked this out.
It's just never worth it. He's at 21, and we have 40 cards in deck. I'm not worried about fatigue at this point.
I love it. All right, so... Oh, using silver to get a Graven call back? Okay. Paid it.
Oh, the heat! The sauce!
Yo, what?
Look how much silver he's raking in the gold.
Oh my gosh. Yo, we're about to get dumpstered.
Oh my god, this is so sick. I love this.
All right, so we can attack, I assume, affirm loyalty to give go again, and then we're going to attack double scar tissue.
It's just a firm scar into scar over the Fire Fang. But honestly, we probably just play the Blade Flurry too. I think we just keep pressuring.
So we just play everything here?
Scar. Yeah.
So affirm scar. Yeah, now we get to play 3 cards. All right, so up to 4, up to 6, up to 8. And then the funny part is it doesn't even matter. We're just going to keep floating the grains here.
Forever and ever. It's our friend.
I love it. I love it. And then this is 3 on hit. Do the thing.
How much fealty do we have? How much fealty do we have?
Currently have 3.
Okay, don't break it. Don't break it. Then we want to be at 4 before we start breaking.
Okay, that makes sense. Payday. I can confidently say, first time. What happened to my mouse?
Did it die?
Uh-oh, my mouse just died. I guess I haven't charged. No, it's fine. The cord's right here. The cords are right here. Okay. I was like, no, what happened? I literally thought like my computer crashed, and I looked and I saw your face moving, and I was like, okay, thank God.
No, we're good.
All right, so we make a 4th fealty and remark them, which is great. So now next turn we can get a little bit more aggressive with a fealty if we need to. Yo. I feel like this hand could be crazy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. It's rough. It could be crazy. It could be also awful.
You got a 1 in 3 chance. No, bro, come on. What is this nonsense, dude? I swear, I have seen so many frailties this night. Ugh. And I just said this night, I don't know how to speak the English language. Oh my gosh.
Welcome to Warrior. That's all I gotta say. Welcome to Warrior.
Dude, this might be the most on tilt I've ever been. Up 15 points in my life. I love that we're just like the value.
Yeah. Like,
what's next? So are we just gonna? So I'm assuming we're gonna lead on Savor, and then we can play the Endear Devotion, and we can just crack, and then we can play Perforate.
I think we're gonna arsenal the Perforate. Because it's like worth 0 value here because of the frailty.
Okay, you mean double frailty? Jesus.
Do we have attack action? Oh, we do. What attack action? Okay, it's an oath at least. Get rid of the tip off. We don't need that card. And now we can block with the Perfor. Oh, it's CNC.
Are we just gonna crown this away?
No, I think we keep that. I think we block Perforate and then chest, arms, and legs.
Okay, so we block like this, and then we get to go oath. Oath. We can.
I think we just.
Are we not going to play the oath this turn? Maybe.
No, I think we're just going to use it to set up for Chain Link 2. Then we're just gonna Saver, threaten, draw, get the draw, and then either pitch into bracers or have a second link, right?
Okay. I like that. I like that. This is what we warrior players feel when facing good cards. Double fealty is crazy.
Have you ever been on the side of Luminous Ascension? Let me tell you something. I bet you most people who have say, yeah, that card should not exist either.
So we're not going to play Oath here, right? Like, we're just going to lead on Saver.
Correct. Because it's still 8 damage plus 3. Like, this could threaten lethal. Like,
yeah, depending on what we draw into. Yo,
or
what?
Oh, their Graven Calls are on. They don't need to be they don't need to be flicking anymore. They're golden.
So we come over the top here. We draw into, I mean, do we just play this and then attack?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No reason to IP yourself, right? Like, and this threatens lethal. Well, actually, he knows Arsenal. He knows Arsenal.
I was like, he knows it's Oath, right? Because of the codex.
I think you would be surprised by how many people forget what warrior players put into their arsenal after a codex.
I believe that.
Like, I think there's probably a string giving me out there somewhere where arsenal attack action, someone, an assassin player blocks still as if I had. That's an interesting block. They're playing around Hunt's End by doing that, by the way.
Okay.
No, they're not. No, they're not. What are they playing around? Oh, 0 for 4? I guess. I don't.
Yo.
Now we're cooking.
Dude. I cannot say no blocks fast enough this turn. This is crazy.
You know how to play this. You know how to play this hand.
Listen, these are the hands I like to play. Uh-oh.
Well, you can just
we can just crown away, right? I was like, this is fine. They're gonna give this go again and do some nonsense, but oh, this is crazy. This is actually crazy.
Yeah, well, someone said smelling regicide coming. What happens if we do get regicide here? Do we just lose? I have no idea.
I mean, we can block it, right? Like, we're fine.
Yeah, we have 4 cards. We have 4 cards. Actually, wait. Okay, because we have the Blaze. We have the Blaze's hand. I was like, the Whiskers is there. I'm not sure about.
Oh, this is fine. We're taking 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is such an awesome list. This is such an awesome list, dude. I love Huntsman.
Oh, attack, pledge, blaze, 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 attack, long whisker loyalty.
And then if they block the long whisker loyalty, we break boots and then do it again.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm so sorry, buddy. This is crazy. We're about to go 6 wide and only 2, or I guess only 3 of its daggers.
We could go 7 if we wanted to. Make 4 of it daggers.
This is like, wow. So we had... Yeah, my opponent just said 4 headlongs. Like, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it was dagger, attack in extra time. Well, it's everything.
Yeah.
A dagger, flight path dagger. So we actually just get to go 7 wide here.
Now imagine if that pledge fealty was a rake 'em over the coals.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is there regicide in here?
He can't be playing that without regicide. What is he doing?
I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere.
You have to make, if you're playing Huntsman, you gotta play regicide.
Yo. I just assumed it's in here somewhere.
Oh, he is in chat. He said he brought it. Wait, never mind. I didn't bring it.
Oh, you didn't bring it in against us? Dude, it's free real estate, man. The dude, so Docs, we were literally just sitting here talking you up the entire time about how awesome your deck was, bro. Like, we were having a great time talking about your deck, man. Oh, that was awesome. That was a really fun game. Regicide would have been backbreaking. Don't care how good your hand is. If you get Regicided, he's the GOAT. Yeah. First or second here?
You probably want to go. That's hard. Probably first. I think you just want to kind of try to cheat out Fealty. I think.
Sounds good. Let's do it. All right. Do we have?
We'll just play as if it's normal Dory. We can't assume it's CYB or Decimator. If it is, we'll get punished and be sad. So
okay, no, that's fair. So we don't bring in Rake Over the Coals. We need to block. Makes sense. We're not on Shelters, and we're not on CNC's Command, and we're on one Twist and Turn to kind of fill out the deck there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make it clean 60.
Makes sense.
Oh, what a turn 0.
Is this Saver? Are we just supposed to mark and pass?
Let's freaking go.
I was like, man.
You love to see it.
Okay. João Pedro. Joao. I'm so sorry if I said that wrong. Thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. All right, so we're just going to mark an Arsenal to sink, I guess?
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. I'm here for it. Yellows working really like blues is really solid here. Uh-oh, Stillblade Supremacy.
I think it's world where we just block 8.
When you say block 8, you mean for the Drakai, Dynamo, and Sink?
Nope. Perforate, Serene, Gaze, and Saver. I
Okay.
think that's correct. And then we'll play around the reaction.
We insulate ourselves enough with the Sink below, and then we're just going to throw for the Drakai and threaten to...
To Fealty.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. See, they have to still play for Refraction Bolters. We have Dynamos, so...
Oh, yeah. We're just like, it's free real estate, dude. I love it.
Oh, they're not gonna... Interesting.
I'm not gonna argue.
Oh, okay. We have 3 Fealty. Sick.
Yeah, great. Dude, we're so good at this deck. Hey, Annabelle, what's up? Welcome back. Is there any thought to blocking here? Or are we just saying no blocks off the rip?
We saw the Trot Along pick, so you know they have Go Again in hand. So I don't know what it is. Probably Glint, if I had to assume.
Okay.
Right? Like that's what I would imagine, unless this is their only blue.
So normally I would think Glint, because a lot of their Go Again is up front. Based off like how they play. So I mean, we're probably just saying no block. I would say no blocks here.
I think I would block with Bracers and Dynamo. And then you're insulating yourself around just it being Glint and then a 3 buff. And then now there's no Go Again, so we can just take the 2.
I was like, yeah, this is great. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Yo, they broke Bolters.
That's what I thought was going to happen too. Okay, so now we can give for the Drakai. And arguably, I think we want to give Grains. Yeah.
Force them to play something.
Yeah. And then, we play the Sink.
I don't think we're going to bottom anything. We like both of our cards here, right?
No, we need both of them, yeah.
It's like, because if we rip into something not Draconic, we're in a weird spot.
And now we got Bolters out, right? That's huge. That's like massive.
Yeah, absolutely. Bump this up to 4. They go... Okay, they sink. It's fine. We're getting cards out of their hand. Can live with that. And then it's Other Dagger in to create our 3rd Fealty token. And now we are set up. And we're ready to roll.
Let's see. I'm curious to see what they do here. And now this is like where the matchup gets like super interesting because now I think we just kind of go full aggro. Kind of just try to pound them down. So they're blocking. So like when I say full aggro, I mean like we're still gonna block, but like we're gonna be okay if they get a counter because we still have Kabuto up. And notably they don't have Kabuto. So
okay. So are we thinking block, twist and turn, and perforate here?
I'm thinking block, perforate, dynamo. And then let's see if it's Iron Song. It's not Iron Song and Arsenal. I don't know what's in Arsenal. I'm guessing Singing Steel Blade, which then we just get blown out here anyways. We can probably go +3 makes it 9. I think we can get bracers here safely.
Okay. And then we're just going to play the sync pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. We don't play the sync. It doesn't have go again.
Okay, just kidding, opponent.
Yeah. It doesn't have go again.
Yeah, it does. The Warrior's Valor.
Oh, it does. Okay, then you block it. Yeah, I forgot the Warrior's Valor. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. Are we bottoming the twist and turn here? Or do we like the
No,
upfront?
we're gonna keep it. We like it, and we're gonna arsenal it.
So we're just going to attack.
Yeah, the reason why we're going to arsenal the twist and turn is because eventually we're just going to hand Kabuto and say our 5-card hand is a 30 damage turn and you can't deal with it.
Okay. So because they blocked, we're going to say +2.
Mm-hmm.
If they had not blocked, is there a world where we name Mark?
No, it's always +2.
Okay.
We have 3 fealty. We're turned on.
Okay, I like it. All right, so we put our opponent down to 33. Get to keep our fealty. We get to arsenal.
Interesting. So what is this coming in for? It's coming in for 5?
Yep.
2, 4. I think we block Dynamo, tip off Scar Tissue, blocking the 5 out, and then assuming a 3 buff, we can just Loyalty Bond the Grave and block 8. Or this says go again, so we still want to give the Loyalty.
Yeah, I was like, unfortunately, they still have the go again there if that connects. So we're gonna play twist and turn, blaze into dagger.
We're just gonna play the blaze. We're you saving the twist for a bigger turn.
Okay.
Like we're drawing defensive hands, which is like on purpose, but like remember we're only playing 6D reacts, and I think we've seen 3 now. So
yeah, we've seen quite a few.
Seeing full aggressive hands soon. Okay. We give Kabuto.
Yeah, I was like, the second Sillblade Supremacy in 5 turns seems like a very good turn to just give up the Kabuto here. Is it just Kabuto?
I think we give the Beyond and just try to play get a crazy 5-card hand.
Okay. So we block the Kabuto, we give the Puncture. All right, comes over the top. Loyalty Beyond the Grave. And then we'll just go ahead and do the thing. They get to draw a card, which doesn't really... I mean, I guess they can pitch an extra card into Grains, find a better arsenal target.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We will do this. Endear Devotion seems okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I think we're going to actually pitch the Scar Tissue so we can float Grains.
Okay.
For the...
So, are we going to play Twist and Turn here?
Yes. I think it... Yeah.
And then, are we playing the Endear Devotion here, or are we going to play the Loyalty?
Let's do the math, because we need to make sure we use all our dagger swings so we can... So if this hits, we'll get a second one. So that would be 3 swings. Do we have enough go again for 3 swings? We do. But then we're at 2 fealty, so we'll need another fealty here, no matter what. So we need to mark them or create a fealty to get a second swing. No, I think we just play the Whiskers and say +2, and then we'll go Endear, just so we can guarantee the fealty.
Okay. So when this hits, we're going to activate Grains. with the Scar, and then we get to attack again. We'll attack with this one. I guess it doesn't really matter here.
It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine to see the same dagger.
All right, and then we get to play Endear.
Yeah.
Man, that gets me every time.
You get used to it, but
I was like, man, that gets me every time. And then we also have the Scar Tissue here to mark them again.
I think we just arsenal it just to guarantee go again for our next turn.
All right, I like it. We're not going to create another Vigor. We are going to pass. We have a Vigor and 4 fealty tokens. Hunson looking really good. We can block with a Glint if we need to, right?
Yeah.
Heart. Spicy. Is there any world we block Glint and Dynamo here?
If they buff it, then what do we block? The problem is, like, I think they buff it. They already like it has to hit to get go again. I think we just save it for the second dagger because then it's 3, and then.
Okay, so we're just gonna say no blocks here.
I think we should say no blocks here.
All right, I like it. I'm here for it, dude. They're gonna create a Grains, I'm sure. No.
No, they want it. So they have a 1 pump. It's probably Jagged Edge or Singing Steel Blade. Just give Dynamo. We're just gonna race.
Now we're talking. This is my kind of flesh and blood right here. Yo, my man says probably Jagged Edge. Look at you, dude. I love it. All right, so we give them a counter. The fealty token pops. We're gonna go Dagger. I assume we're gonna lead on the pledge fealty here.
Yeah, I think we lead on the Hunt's End.
Okay.
Because they haven't blocked. It's just 6-3 value.
Yeah.
Okay, the sync. That's okay.
I mean, it's fine. We're getting cards out of their hand in a game where we're like trying to, and we're gonna pitch. Or no, we just get to make one because we.
Oh, I think we were supposed to play the Glint there because that was from hand. I think we were supposed to play Glint to cycle the card. Just undo the turn, yeah. Because we don't want the Glint in hand.
Yeah, really no, that's fair. It makes sense that we don't want that in hand. So we play Hunt's End.
Mm-hmm.
They play Sink Below. We wait for them to sink a card, and then we play Glint. We get a card out of their hand. Pledge Fealty seems fine.
It's not great, but it's fine. It's okay.
We're going to make a Grains here, I assume.
Yeah.
And then we get to attack, play the Loyalty for +2 and additional time.
Yep.
+2 and additional attack. We'll select this one. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but
we don't need to pitch the Greens here, but we're going to pitch the Brayforge.
Okay. So we pitch this to Bracers. We come in for 2, and then we get to play the Scar Tissue here.
I think you play the Pledge.
Save the Scar?
Yeah, we save the Scar. Yeah.
Okay. And then we just get to pass.
Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. We got super punished, but that's okay. Oh, what do you pitch? Oh, Iron Song Determination.
And they played Unsheathed and Iron Song Determination.
Go again. Yeah, 8 go again. How much damage do we have in hand? We have 5. Shit. 2. 5. Sorry, I'm doing math.
No, you're good. I was like, our hand's quite a bit of damage, so we can attack with the Dagger, and then I'm assuming it's Endear Devotion, Blade Flurry, and Scar Tissue. Attack again, play the Searing Gaze, Arsenal, Endear.
I think so. I think we might be blocking it with one of the Endears, but we'll see what the second card is.
Okay.
This says go again. Because if this only comes in for 4, but it comes in for 5, that's unfortunate. We give Dynamo here, obviously.
Yep.
And then I think we give the Endear. Because we will never have the pitch to play it.
Okay, so we're just gonna get the value where we can out of blocking.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, so Vigor pops. Dagger. Is there anything we want to Arsenal? Like, do we want to leave the Scar Tissue in Arsenal here?
Depends on how they block.
Okay. Math is hard. I agree.
Math is very hard. And Like, holy cow, math is hard. Because what, we're turning 4... Okay. I think we break Blade Flurry. Break fealty for Blade Flurry here.
Okay.
And this will be 4-1 over the top. We do not want to, no.
And then we have Dagger for 3. I'm assuming we're not bracering here.
No, because we're going to play the Endear, right? So this is going to be 7 plus 3 plus 4 is 7. And then you can just play the Scar if you want to, but I think I want to save the Scar for... No, that's fine. We can play it here.
You
and
sure?
Then we can have the... Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, totally fine. Because
Okay.
we're on mark here. And then... I mean, we're at a little bit of danger, but I think we edge it out here. I think they can't throw it in 15. Because we've already seen two supremacies, so... Yeah, this hand's really good.
They're going to activate Iron Song versus an attack. So this is 8 go again.
I think we take this one.
Just say no blocks here on the first one.
Oh, yeah, I don't think they can present 7 over the top. Okay.
I was like, I highly doubt they can add 7 here without us blocking. A wise player once told me math is for blockers. I like that.
Math is for blockers. And then this is going to be for an 8 again. So we have to block. They've been sitting on this arsenal the whole time, right? So
they've been on this for about 3 turns now, yeah.
Yeah.
Clint
I
here,
think we just block 8.
like this?
Yes. And then
It's Dagger, Fealty, Blade Flurry, Blaze, Dagger, Searing.
Yes. I'm just trying to think of like what. Can we die here from anything? Like puncture doesn't do it. Nothing does it. So yeah, we're fine.
Puncture is 4, which puts us to 1, and then even the
singing
puts us to 1 as well because they go get a
Okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh.
After I like break Talishar there for a second. This damage is awesome. We're getting ready to kill him, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, there's a lot of damage, yeah, for a...
I mean, if not, we're going to take every card
yeah.
but 1. Like, because they're at 5. I mean, because this is 4 by itself, 4 into 7.
Yeah, it's 4,
or 6.
4, 7.
4, 4, 6.
4, 4, 4, 6, which is still like a crazy amount of damage for a 3-card.
It's still a lot. I agree, yeah.
A 3-card 15 is pretty good, I've heard it's okay.
Somebody just asked, is Unsheathed not good in Fang?
It reads... What does it read? I think it reads sword, no?
Your next sword attack. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, no. Not a dagger.
So unfortunately, it sounds like that makes that unplayable in our deck. I mean, if they block 3,
But we have to keep it. Yeah, because if we have to, no, we have to keep it.
Oh, we can't play it?
No, we have to keep it. Because if we brick and draw only 2 blocks, we just lose the game.
Okay.
And they have a vigor, right? So they have a vigor. So we're gonna hope that this card doesn't do anything. I think that is tough.
Yeah, this is a tough block.
Do you want to play Better Have It?
Man.
What they block with? What they block with last turn? It was Hidden Run,
Sink Below, and Warriors of Valor.
So that gave us no information. Oh, that Vigor's gonna kill us. We can do. I think we might have to play Better Have It. I think we might have to.
Is us playing Better Have It, blocking Blistering Blade, Blaze, and Dynamo?
Yeah, and then keeping Hunts and the Pledge. The Pledge Fealty is really fucking us here, which is what I was going to say before this turn started, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah,
yo, all right, yo. All right, okay. Okay. On today's episode of Better Have It.
because now they have to overblock this first dagger, otherwise they die. And if they overblock it, we pledge into second dagger, and then we kill them there. I mean, there's a chance that the arsenal is a reaction too.
So they're just dead here, right? I mean, I guess it could be a defense reaction.
I think it's a D-react.
And we just play the Hunted here, right?
I'm thinking, because like so this blocks 2, and then it could be 6 into 4, so it'll be 8. I think that's so tough. I think you just play the pledge here and force overblocks on the second one. Because now this puts them in a scenario where if they have the D-react, they still lose if they say no blocks.
Okay.
And this puts them in a situation where they think that we can't kill them there. Like, I didn't buff it to make it show that I had 4. I just pivoted around. So it makes it an interesting decision of like, okay, can they even present 4 if I block 2?
Right.
So they might just block 3, and then we can double bump. And now we just we just pump with the Hunt's End, and then if they block D-react, we bump again, and then we should lock it up.
Okay, so it was a D-react, and then we come over the top for 2. Not another one, please?
Oh!
No, man.
That
hurts.
Might be just it. That's okay. That's okay. I think we got a little too aggressive, but that's okay. It's fun.
All right, so this is 8.
We can't even block it.
3, 5, 7, 8.
We can block. We have to block 8. Let's see.
Yeah, no. I was like, we played the lottery last game. I don't think I was like, I don't think we're gonna win the lottery 2 games in a row. Oh man, we finally had a loss.
It's okay. It's okay. I think we just played a little too greedy, but that's okay. That's all. That's the fun. That's the fun of Flesh and Blood.
I can live with that, man. We played greedy and like, let's see. There we go. All right. Let's go. Let's see. It's about 9:23. We can probably get 2 fast ones in, or we can get like 1 more in. Oh, the mirror. This should be fun.
Yeah, this is. I love the mirror. It's super interesting.
Let's see. Oh, you even have a Fang sideboard guide. So we're on Kabuto, which makes a lot of sense. Like, I think that's like the easy pick here. And then let's see. We're not on CNCs. We're not on seals or oaths. Okay. No rakes and no twisted turns.
Yeah, we're not on oaths or twist and turns because of Kabuto.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Because if you throw oath, they can just give Kabuto like when they're trying to close the game and just shut your turn down.
Yeah. The Aggro Blaze? It is the Aggro Blaze.
Oh, that's funny. Yo, let's go. Annabelle with 5 months of Prime support on Twitch. Annabelle, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Got to keep funding the cardboard crack. Listen, I'm here for it. I really appreciate it.
First or second?
We are second.
Oh my gosh. What a hand.
Hey, Bastodon, dude. GG, man. I enjoyed the game, brother.
Yeah, good games, man. That was a very good one.
So, let's see. Did we block 2?
No, I think what we do here is... yeah, I think it's tough. We can be greedy. How greedy do you want to be?
I mean, is the greed line... let's see. What is up with my keyboard? Yo, like my technology is falling apart tonight. Okay. Anyway. All right. So is the greedy line where we block Dynamo and Loyalty?
Yeah, on the first link here.
And we play Pledge and mark them?
Yeah, 100%. Because I don't think if they give this go again, I don't think they're gonna mark us here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Play the Pledge. Play the Loyalty still. You want that? You don't.
Yeah, we're going to. I was just gonna let them pass.
It doesn't have go again.
Yeah, so I was just gonna wait. Like I was gonna let them go through the reaction step to make sure they didn't do anything, and then we can mark them here.
We can't play the Affirm now. Not the Affirm. The Loyalty Beyond the Grave.
Oh, you wanted me to play that?
Yeah. I wanted you out of the hand. We don't need it in the hand. I know it's so backwards thinking, but like we need to make sure we can do something on our turn. Right.
No, it makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry, when you were saying, I thought you meant like play the Pledge. All right. So We do this. They say nothing. We're just going to go ahead and play this to clear it out of our hand.
Mm.
All right, so we play this, which sets us up. So when we draw our second one, we're pretty much just looking to go ham. Now from here, we're going to play the fealty, and we're going to mark them.
Yeah, I mean, we high rolled them here because now we're so advantageous in this. It's crazy.
And we just get to use the yellow, so we just get to go dagger. They're already marked, and we can play this for go again, and then make the loyalty. So we have 3 loyalties.
Correct. Yeah, 3 fealty turn 1.
Or yeah, correct. 3 loyalties. Jesus, 3 fealties,
so
dude, and Arsenal to sink, dude. We're in there. We're in there like swimwear.
So I'm gonna jinx us here, and I'm gonna apologize for that. Now this is where we draw 4 because this can happen. We're gonna draw 4 non-draconic cards, and you're gonna cry.
Okay, we've already done this. We've already done this once.
Every time. It happens every time.
So this is actually fine, right? Like playing this here is. Yeah. We still need to give go again, so this is fine. Plus, I feel like getting equipment here is like perfectly okay.
Yeah, it's an interesting block. Some people like to play around the first dagger. I never do. I usually you're gonna see me say like no blocks on first dagger all the time.
Okay.
So there's a lot of unhits are on second chain link. So because now they have to give a card from hand if they want to block this, and this is usually where the on-hits are.
I mean, them just blocking Dynamo is fine. And like honestly, even if they do block with a card here, we got 2 pieces of equipment, a card from hand, and we made a second fealty token. So I feel like it was a pretty good turn cycle for us.
No, correct. High roll insanely hard. No, high roll insanely hard is drawing 3 pledge fealties turn 0. That's high rolling insanely hard.
Drawing 3 fealties on turn 0 is crazy work.
Yeah. And you just kind of win the game on the spot most of the time. It's insane. It's insane high roll, but it does happen.
If my opponent did that, like if I shuffle, like if they did that and I was like, no cuts or whatever, like an armory, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, come on, dude. Double glint is kind of awkward. But I feel like we could sink one to the bottom and then try to set up this loyalty fire and brimstone hand.
Yeah, I mean, we might just get Kabuto'd as soon as you play a brimstone, we're gonna get Kabuto'd. That's okay.
But we can, when that happens, we can arsenal the loyalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we should just sink this.
So there's an argument. Okay, so like this is just something I want to talk about. Because there's an argument to give Kabuto here, right?
Okay.
Because they can't swing daggers. But I have a feeling that this is going to be this into for the Drakai, if I had to guess. So we don't want to give Kabuto. But in general, like there's a chance that like this is why I don't play Oath of Loyalty, because if his hand is actually reactions and we were just like, yeah, we'll just give Kabuto here, we just lose the game.
Okay.
Like, we really do. So but I want to assume that he's playing this as if he has a for the Drakai in hand, especially with the tip off mark. So like
okay. So are we sinking here or should we wait?
We can sink here.
Okay. I like the thought process behind blocking with Kabuto and just being like, okay, cool, like thanks. And just like completely stuffing a turn would be insane here.
I've been learning, like as I keep practicing the mirror, that using it later in game is like way better than earlier.
Okay.
It's kind of weird because it's like usually you're like, oh, this prevents like fealty generation. It's like, as I'm sure you've learned playing against Fang, is that the deck just kind of generates fealty no matter what. Like it's just a matter of time.
Okay, so I gotta tell you, man, normally, like 9 times out of 10, I agree with you. I played a game against a Fang at my ProQuest this past weekend playing Syndra. Yeah. We played 9 turns and my opponent never got above 2 fealty.
Hey, sometimes you're just unlucky too.
Ever. And I was just sitting there and I was like, dude, I'm just that guy, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I was actually playing against a buddy of mine. His draws were like abhorrent. He did get to 2 fealty one turn and then like had to crack one to like keep the other one around because he had no draconic cards. It was super awkward. Do we just block with Dynamo here?
Yeah, because they're not at 2 fealty, so we don't really care. Like this might be a they pitched Scar Tissue. Well, they had to pitch Scar Tissue. It might be a Searing Gaze, but like oh well. If we get marked, we get marked. But I'm guessing it's gonna be infirm. Oh, it's a Searing. Damn. You win some, you lose some.
Shit. That's the man, officer. That's the man that drew 3 pledge fealty on turn 0, bro. Valid.
Oh man.
Yeah, let's see. We got 3 fealties, so I don't even really think we're gonna get a ton of value out of the glint here. So, do we block this to deny them?
We'd rather not be marked.
Do what?
We'd rather not be marked.
So we'd rather just give them the second fealty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if they draw like a no draconic hand, and actually they're like saver, twist and turn or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then they lose all their fealty and they have to break one.
So dagger, tooth of the dragon, maybe, or are we leading on fire and brimstone?
We're gonna see.
You've said that so many turns. So many times I've been like, oh, I think this is what you're doing. You're like, well, we should probably wait until they block first.
Yeah, because a lot of people like blocking. I know you're an aggro master, but like
I don't know about master, but listen, I do like to play the old aggro deck now.
Now we just play the glint and we draw a card.
Okay, I'm here for it.
And this gives no information, right? Absolutely none.
Okay, and so now we get to throw the Fire Vein.
Mm-hmm. And then blocking in the Hunt's End there tells me that they do not have enough. They do not have a fealty generator this turn.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any world we're going to play Searing Gaze into Fire and Brimstone? Or is it just Fire and Brimstone on this one?
It's just Fire and Brimstone on this one, and then I think we can double it with Tooth because we're gonna play around.
Do you want to play this here?
Yeah, I think so. I think we want to play around Kabuto here because they should give it to us. It would be wild if they didn't.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then we can play the Searing Gaze to just come over the top, mark them in the arsenal, the loyalty here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, makes sense. So we crash through for 4. We are not going to activate Grains. We mark them. We have chewed through all of their equipment.
Oh, it's Oath. That's fine.
We can just give up Shelter here.
I think you just give Dynamos.
Just Dynamos?
Yeah, I think.
And then we can play it on Arsenal. Okay, I like it. I'm assuming it's Arsenal Pass. So
yeah, I mean, it could be 4 plays. Okay.
We probably still just take 4 here, right?
Oh, we might give it here, right? Because then we can Arsenal set up for a bigger turn.
So we block with Shelter.
Then we can keep it. No, we go Tooth, Whiskers, and we get Arsenal Blistering Blade then.
Okay. So it's Dagger, Tooth, Dagger, Whisker, Dagger, Blister?
Yeah.
Okay.
So many daggers.
I know, dude. It's awesome. It's so much
Isn't
fun.
It sick?
It's
crazy.
This deck's actually a blast, dude. I love playing this deck.
And then you play it competitively, and as you said, your friend went 9 turns without drawing, getting 3 fealty, and then you cry.
I felt so bad for him because I'm just like, oh, like here's Spreading Flames and Wrath of Retribution. Like after he'd given me Kabuto pretty early, it was kind of weird because I had a double Spreading Flames turn, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, you're just gonna give it to me here. I was like, it's the only logical like explanation is that you give me the Kabuto here, and then on the following hand, I drew Wrath and Spreading Flames, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like, it's just the same thing. Except it's better.
You're like, yeah.
So we're going to go +2 and mark here. Or no, we have to go additional time. And we have 4 fealties. So I guess we can just go +2 in additional attack.
Yeah.
So +2 additional attack.
And then like you're going to see like, you see how like grindy this game was at the start. Like we're turn 4, we're still around 30 life. You're going to start seeing like the life total just get chunked. From both sides now. It's
I believe
because
that.
they need their 3rd fealty.
What was like now, it feels like since we got there first and we have our equipment, it feels like we're in a commanding position in this game.
Yeah. I think this is unlosable. Like I would be very confident. And yeah, we give Interesting.
So my first thought process was we can arsenal the perforate. Okay, so they're setting up their, and giving them a fourth one is fine, right? Like, it doesn't really matter here.
Yeah, we just give Dynamo.
And then we're going to, I assume it's going to be Dagger, Hunt's End, Dagger, Blistering Blade, Blaze Headlong before the Drakai, Arsenal to Perforate.
Yeah. If you want to spice it up, act like we have a Whiskers, we can throw the Blaze Headlong in the middle.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's do it. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Yeah, hiding information is always good, right? So
absolutely, 100%. So Hunson comes over the top. We are not going to activate this. One thing I thought about too is like we also have the option of whenever we draw our second loyalty beyond the grave, like we get to just like, if we ever draw that, we're probably just giving Kabuto to slam the door, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance we just give Kabuto next turn to slam the door.
Okay.
Like, there's a chance that we're just like this game. I mean, that's why I said I think this game's like unlosable for us. We would have to have some which we've had tonight. Don't get me wrong, we've had some unfortunate draws. So,
yeah, we just went 4 wide, like, and we're up 18 points. This is insane. Love this.
Bar Ferris calls this deck what Daggers or Ashwings. I think that's what she always names her deck. So.
Oh man, I love that. Sounds exactly like Mara too.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It's like my favorite name of a deck, like of all time. Honestly, it's like it's so genius. It's like, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, after tonight, it makes sense to me too. Before that, probably not, but now definitely. All right, I was like, let's refresh here. It's probably me. Normally, I'm the drama when it comes to this. So
great.
It's like this hand seems kind of extra medium, to be honest.
It is, and we're just gonna block. We're not even gonna give Kabuto here. We're probably gonna give Kabuto next turn.
Yeah. So is there any chance we block with Dynamo and then give the loyalty, or do we just say no blocks and just play the loyalty and then play the shelter?
I think you're correct. Your first thought was correct.
My first thought. So we are going to block with the.
Yeah. Because then we're going to block with the Endear probably as well. Or we're probably keep it and just float a Vigor with it. Oh, okay.
Just kidding. They change everything.
They have a tip-off in hand then.
So
we can play around it.
We can block here and then give the shelter?
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't really...
They're probably going to give the loyalty as well. I'm guessing this is tip-off.
I mean, yeah, like we can give both here, it feels like, which is kind of nice. My current version is daggers are very stabby Ashwings.
Even better. That's even better.
I was like, that's amazing. What a name.
Oh my god. I mean, man, I've seen Fire Wings are just Ashwings. I will agree with that. They are just Ashwings that get bigger. They become bigger dragons eventually, right? So
bigger dragons that can't be popped too. Like it's both exactly. Wins.
I wonder what they're thinking about. I mean, they're so far behind. Like I can't imagine. Like
I would be thinking about what kind of hot dog toppings I'm having for lunch right now. It's what I would be thinking about at this point in the game. You've got the OG on your corner. I am stream sniping and still can't get a look in. I love that. Like the honesty behind the fact that you're stream sniping me, dude. I love that. Oh, dude. Pew, I love that, buddy. That's hilarious. All right. So
sometimes it be that way.
I mean, yeah, whatever you got to do, right? We'll just play both of them.
Yep.
So we cover this up. The second dagger, we're just no blocking this, I assume.
I think we block 4 with equipment.
Okay.
I just don't want to be marked.
That's fair. So
I just
yeah, so I guess if it's the Searing Gaze, we're dodging being marked by the Searing Gaze.
We're giving them a free arsenal here, but we have Kabuto still up, so like it's fine. We should win, not this turn, but next turn. Okay, blistering, we'll take one. That's okay.
So Trent, if I had to get a hot dog right now, like right now we're at the event and like I'm about to like have enough time for a hot dog, we're probably gonna keep it simple. It's probably gonna be like ketchup and mustard right now. Like we're on no, dude, bro.
Come on. Oh, relish is so good. Relish is so good.
Is there any road we're playing to perforate this turn?
No, we're just gonna set it up. So we don't use this. And yeah, we're just gonna break fealty, scar tissue, and then pay India into green, so we have the perforate for next turn.
Okay, that makes sense. I like that.
And then we can just put him out of his misery with a 6-card hand.
Okay.
This hot dog is the best. I mean, do you have a brand? Do you have a hot dog brand? I know you're talking about toppings, but like,
dude, that's a real question right there. Nobody's ever asked me that. Favorite hot dog brand? I mean, shoo. Favorite hot dog brand? I don't know, man. Like the ones they have at events are called like Nathan's hot dogs is like a big one.
That's Nathan's famous. That's the one I was going to say. That's my favorite.
So I was like, I think that might be my favorite, to be honest.
No, they're super good. Costco dogs are good too. I mean, they're $1.
Costco,
$1.50, right?
Yeah. They're pretty cheap. You get like that in a drink, dude. It's crazy. Like, yeah. it's such a steal, dude. All right, so we do pitch into grains to set up for next turn. And then the crazy part is like our opponent's like kind of priced into blocking with at least Dynamo here, right? I mean, I guess technically nothing kills them from here.
Nothing kills them, but they're just going to have to block. They just block Dynamo no matter what. And then now we have the mark, right? So now if we draw Saver, we're just off to the races.
Yeah, this is great. Also, Dale, thank you for the sub on YouTube. Appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, by the way, if you're here for the first time, you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new, and they are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Also, if you're chilling and you like Warrior gameplay, and if you're here, you probably do, kind of taking a step out on a limb here, you should check out my man, Flame Dog, in the YouTube description. We got the link to his YouTube channel. You guys should go check him out. He's got a lot of great content. Are we just, like, block with loyalty here, I guess?
We're keeping it. We're going to pitch it to the Endear.
We just block Kabuto to just close the game?
Yeah. Kabuto Dynamos. Let's just end it.
I like it.
They're at 7. We have a million ways to send.
Just being able to sit on this is crazy.
One said, Fang Dog, I want to play versus you now. Like in person? 3 Headlongs Inc.
To be fair, that was like a crazy turn.
It's so fun. It's like,
oh, and we get juiced by the blaze.
Oh, this deck is like Ninja mixed with Warrior. It's so crazy good, and like it's similar to Bolton in that respect too. Like it's like
feels like we might as well. All right, so it's Dagger.
Yep.
Are we leading on crack fealty for the perforate? Or no, we can't crack the fealty for the perforate, can we?
We can. It makes your right dagger free.
That's right. It's, oh my gosh. Nonsense.
It's a crazy card. Crazy card. Imagine if that card was in Dory. Like, I just want you to read it again quick. Just read it and think, what is this red sword?
Oh, man. It's always really impressive to me how LSS has to, like, very meticulously word the right one, right?
Yeah, the right one.
Oh, and we just drew an arsenal? You'd love to see it.
How
they have to, like, meticulously word warrior cards to make sure that it's not broken in one hero or another.
Exactly.
So Searing Gaze marks here. Like, it's just Searing Gaze, right? At this point?
They're at 7. Do we just kill them?
I mean, we could.
Yeah, I think it's just Endear here. I think Endearing here is fine because then we can pivot with Whiskers on the third link and then go 6 over the top.
I was like, I know that we can win the game here, but I got to be honest, I really just want to like try to go 4 or 5 wide here.
It's lost me a game. I've lost because I did that. My brain turned off and I was like, wait, I could have just killed you. Why did I do this?
I mean, that's valid. That's valid.
So against the Azalea too, which is an awful matchup for Fang, and I'm just sitting there like, why? I had the win, but I was like, no, let's attack 3 daggers and let you block with cards. You don't play D-Reacts. Like, what am I thinking?
I feel like that would probably be something that would get me at a certain point. Is like I would just, I would have to like actually make sure that like when I could go over the top and end the game that I needed to. Because I would be worried that like I would definitely like give people an out when they shouldn't have had one, would be a concern of mine. All right, let's see. So we finished a solid 4-1. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that felt really good. That last turn, Doc said in the chat that we probably should have made a vigor.
Oh, 100%.
I completely agree. I think everybody was thinking that but me, and I'm just over here bebopping along playing my cards like just keep
we're just yapping.
Exactly. It's exactly how it felt. Docs, we're probably gonna have to end the stream, man. It's about 12 till where I'm at, so I'm gonna have to end the stream. Maybe we can play another one next time, man. But dude, Alex, thanks so much for coming on, man. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot, dude. This has been a lot of fun. Being able to get like your insight about the deck has really shown me a lot. And honestly, it's really taught me that there are a lot of unique lines and play patterns that if I was going to consider playing this deck for nationals, that I really need to like, sit down and figure out, because there's a lot of complexity. There's a lot more complexity than I thought, to be honest, when we talk about some of the lines. Like kind of looking back, there was that turn where we blocked with like everything and just threw the 4 the Drakai.
Yeah,
that was not even on my mind. Like that wasn't even something I was considering. So it's really interesting to see just a different like complexity and like the slots and everything. So, but man, let's flip back over here. So we got both of us on the Discord. Before we close out, man, do you got anything you want to share with the chat, or I don't know? Throw it out there, man. You're welcome to say whatever, dude.
If they ban Scepter, Bolton season.
Dude, let's go. I love that. I actually really like Bolton as a hero. I played a lot of Bolton when the Armory deck came out, just because I thought it was really fun, and like we tested it quite a bit. And admittedly, like I've just always like kind of like gravitated towards something else. I played a lot of Victor, played a lot of Aurora, like things like that. Yeah. So I've always had a hero I enjoyed, but Bolton's a lot of fun. And I mean, dude, we had a Bolton at our last ProQuest who juiced a Florian. It was not an OTK Florian, but they were on like Remembrance playing Bolton, and they were on like this whole thing, like trying to like play the long game against Florian. It was really spicy. It was really interesting.
There's ways to beat it on Bolton. I'm testing a lot right now, but like it just depends. I'm ready to build again. I miss my boy in light, but we'll see. Nats is coming up. There's 1 week left of ProQuest, and I'm not sure if you're doing any, but to everyone else out there, good luck. That's a big one.
Yeah, absolutely. No, unfortunately I do not have any ProQuest this weekend. But real quick, my brother graduates from college and high school this week. So I don't know like when you graduated, but when I was in school, they didn't have like the go to college and high school at the same time plan. And so my brother graduates with an associate's degree on tomorrow on Tuesday, and then graduates from high school on Friday. So he
has his college degree beforehand. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually crazy. And then his birthday Saturday. So my week and weekend are booked with stuff nonstop. Yeah. So yeah. But guys, if you're playing at ProQuest, good luck. Go get them. Do anything you can to beat the Master Florian. That's kind of where we're at right now, I think. Also, if you like new, go get those last 100 points this weekend for your boys, so I can start playing Victor and throwing Macho Grandes at people again. Oh. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for being here. Again, if you haven't, make sure you check out Flame Dog. He's in the description down below. And make sure, Eli, message me on Discord. We'll make sure we get you set up with the codex. And Alex, thanks again for being here, man. Really appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it. It was a great time tonight.
Absolutely. Guys, have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Kyle requested 5 subs of water. Fucking weeb.